Oh,
What a
oh.
perfect.
Welcome everybody to the Revolution Gaming Podcast for April. Silver's murmurs of incoherency will begin the show for everybody. Hope everyone's having a wonderful day.
You mean you're not going to start with the last song? It's perfect.
Yes, men's nude beach volleyball league. Come on, Silver.
Yes.
It's a classic. It's your favorite. Silver loves that song. Don't let him fool you. He's a big fan.
Oh, piss off.
I'm a big fan. It's a great song. But welcome everybody. I hope everyone is having a wonderful day. And yeah, this is gonna be the last podcast for 2 months. We're gonna be coming back in June, ready and raring to prep for all the wonderful conferences that are not E3. But at least there'll be some gaming news in June for sure, because there'll be individual conferences and whatever. But as always, we are going to start off with our joke games, and this month did not disappoint. So we're going to let Ray go first. If I have,
Getting to the other side.
I'm gonna cheat and just move it over. Here we go. There you go. Getting to the other side. Oh, it involves a chicken. How surprising.
You know, that actually kind of did make me think. It was like, wait a minute. What does try to get to the side? Ah, yeah, a chicken.
Why did the chicken cross the road?
Because it wanted to get to the other side.
Getting to the other side.
I feel like this has
the title.
This is like the game is based on the Bo Burnham song.
Wait, why are there vehicles? Why are there cars? Why was that chicken in a pickup truck? Why is there a giant egg?
Only one way to
Why is
find
it
out,
running-
Silver.
What the hell?
Everybody go out and buy this
Why-
wonderful game on April 7th and find out why the chicken got to the other side.
Road.
Yeah.
That was not what I was expecting.
Wonderful
You
start.
heard the joke. Now play the punchline.
Yeah. See, we encourage you to buy bad games because we're good people.
Yeah, they do. Not me. Don't
Said
you fucking bring me into this.
Every AAA company ever.
Yes.
Don't you bring me into this.
My joke game is called What? What is a first-person open-world sandbox game with dark humor, which is totally
Hey,
up my
that's
alley.
my kind of game.
Yeah, the protagonist is a serious elderly businessman named Bill Board. An unknown virus somehow got into the water supply, so all the people became very strange and all want to kill Bill. His name is literally Bill Board.
Well, I'm bored already.
And it comes out on
It's great advertising.
it comes out on 420, so like it's definitely got the perfect
Oh.
advertising.
It sounds like it's Dan's kind of game. Honestly.
Yeah.
This sounds like
God,
Dan's
of
game.
course, 420.
Yeah.
Of course.
Silver loves 420. Don't let him fool you. It's very close to his birthday and to his heart.
No, I fucking do not like the date.
All right. So what's yours, Silver? Silver's got a joke game this time too.
Afro Penguin.
The sequel to Afro Samurai is Afro Penguin and the Forbidden Ramen.
Right. So, I'd assume, just by the title alone, that, yeah, you're a penguin with Afro haircut searching for a particular ramen. Not just any ramen, but a very special, forbidden ramen.
You know, I'm gonna say, out of all the games,
No one
though,
can have.
this game looks like the most game of them all.
Oh yeah, because it's basically a 2D platformer.
Yeah.
Yes, I like that it says it's paying homage to Nintendo titles.
Yeah.
So it's probably actually not a bad game. But that
Just-
title, like,
I'll tell you what, though, it catches your attention.
oh yes,
If you,
it certainly did.
If nothing else, the name will catch your attention. Good way, bad way, either way, it happens. But no, it's like a very old, like, Nintendo 2D platforming game. Pretty much.
Just
And-
your penguin.
Yeah. Yeah. Which is a bonus. And then the last joke game of this month is Bullcrap. A game of lies, poop, and deceit. And he literally, the first thing you see is a bull crapping all over the place.
Oh my god, as if Red Dead Redemption 2 having the horse crap on command. Oh, we knew that was Sword, that was Metal Gear Solid 5, wasn't it? Yeah, where you could command your horse to take a shit.
Yes.
On command.
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
And now we've got this.
Yep.
This really is a bunch of bullcrap.
And see, look at you crap all over the other characters if you win. It literally shows your character shitting all over the rest of them. See? Oh my god.
That is disgusting. So wrong, but it is also very hilarious.
See? See?
But very wrong.
Perfection is never an option, but you can make it hilarious and make up for a lot of things.
Hey, we don't have to care about perfection if you're gonna be calling bullcrap.
Yeah, if you're just gonna shit all over everybody. So if you ever dreamt of shitting on your friends, this is the perfect game for you. I'd love to play this game with Mermits just so I can shit on them the whole time.
Yeah. Yes, but please, people, be respectful and do it metaphorically, not literally. For the love of Jesus, don't do it literally.
There's the silver PSA of the month. Don't shit literally on your.
Don't you fucking clip that.
The silver fact of the month is don't shit on people. Yeah, and that was another silver moment. Okay.
I guess you can quote it then.
Yes. Alright, so we're going to talk about the games we've been playing over the last month. I don't have a ton, but I completely beat the games that I'm going to talk about. So I'm going to pass it along and have Ray go with his first.
Alright, why don't we talk about the Wild 8?
Well, how much of that did you actually play? Because I remember playing that a
I
long time ago.
have not actually played through all of it. I have been... how many hours?
You're not taking that off.
I put about 8.5 hours into it. And basically it's kind of like co-op, what's that? Project Winter.
Yeah.
Plays a lot like Project Winter, but without the social deduction aspect.
Yeah, it's
You're
very much
actually-
survival-esque, yeah.
Yeah, you're playing through kind of a survival story campaign in
Yep.
a randomly generated world
Mm-hmm.
in co-op. Now, I believe you
never actually-
can play PvP on it if you wanted to, but I think its strengths are more in the fact that it's got...
Don't know if it's Steam Deck compatible, but I will have a look. Because that means I
That'd
can
be fun.
probably try to give an actual, more of an actual go this time round.
Yeah, it'd be fun to actually try
It's playable.
because I've only done
It's
Yeah.
rated as playable.
player.
Okay, good to know. Yeah, I know you will need like a mouse at least like mouse inputs. I know that much. From what I remember playing. Yeah, I think I'll manage.
And side note, this is from Fantastic, which is the people that are making The Day Before.
Oh no.
Which is funny because they are no longer the developer.
They're making it.
They are no longer developing this game. It got transferred after a certain point to another company. So developed, not currently being ran by. But yeah, what are your impressions of it, right?
It's been pretty fun so far. Like, it's got good survival aspects, and there, you could even like tame wolves and stuff and deer to help you. So it's got a lot of interesting
Well, that's definitely
mechanics.
different.
And the story doesn't seem too bad so far either. There's
That's
clearly
great.
strange things going on, and you have to explore the map to find out
That's awesome.
what happened and how to get out. So I'd give it a solid 7.
All right, that's cool. I'm glad the game's actually good though, because I've owned it for a while. It's just I've never had a chance to play it with anybody.
If I'm not
yeah,
mistaken,
me
we were
neither.
going to play this as a
Yeah,
group, and then it kind of like fell off the schedule at some point, and we never
Yeah.
got back to it.
Yeah.
Story of my streaming life.
It happens.
Things fall off the schedule, and they just roll into the desk. You never see them again. And then come back 3 years later. It's like, wait, how'd this get under there?
Yeah.
Yep, pretty much.
All right, so my first game is Wolong Fallen Dynasty. And man, what a fucking ride that was to finish. Holy shit. I did it though.
Dedication there.
Yeah, I made it through the whole game. I only...
That's question mark? Nah, no
Hi.
offense.
I'm recording.
Yeah, I didn't know.
Bye. Deborah's like, I'm gonna come in here. No, you're not. But yeah, I died over like 1,300 times. Not exactly proud of that part.
Holy shit, Tim.
Which is funny because, no, but like, I'll tell you, getting through the first boss was over half of them.
Wow.
After I got through that, actually it wasn't that bad. Like, the end boss is obviously very hard. But like, in between the first boss and the last boss, I was consistently getting way better at the game. And once you start like filling up the skill tree and getting your magic powers, and I mean honestly, once you get the parry mechanic down, the whole entire game like changes anyway.
Yeah.
Parrying
that's
is...
what the game teaches you or tries to teach you.
Yeah, that's what the whole entire boss fight, the first boss fight is about, is learning how to parry. Once you finish that and you get through that part of the game, you're golden.
Didn't do me any good then.
But actually,
Setting, I was like, fucking.
I will say this about the game. One, the story is actually pretty cool. The crossover with Dynasty Warrior characters was awesome.
Yeah.
Not gonna mention who they are.
I know, Lubu is one of them, one of the most, and Cao Cao is another one. Yes, his name is pronounced Cao Cao, not Cow Cow, as some idiots actually pronounce it as, and whatever. Anyway.
But yeah,
Chocolate.
but yeah, as Silver was gonna say, no character sticks around that long. You basically play with different characters every single time you go into a different chapter or time period in the game.
Sounds a little disappointing though, doesn't it?
But I will say there is one character that you do take on multiple missions, and once you get a certain amount of bond with a character throughout the story arc, you can take them into your playthrough whenever you want. You know, you can spawn them in to have them be your co-op help, and depending on the bond you build with them, it actually increases the attributes of them when they come to help you. So there's an emphasis to like find a character that you really like and bring him into their world more often, because that way you build up a bond and everything else more, and it actually makes it easier if you find a character that fits your style to play along with.
Wish I could remember the demo character, because I don't know if they show up or not.
And I will tell you this. This game was harder than fuck. It's not my type of game at all, because this is like my first Souls like I've ever beaten. But I will say, besides the fact that I find the PC port to be kind of like bare bones in the idea that it's got resolution mode or performance mode, I did not have any. Yeah, I did not have any issues with the game though. I only had one crash the whole entire time. And I played through the whole entire game and got all my achievements through Xbox and did the whole thing. And I would say if doing it co-op would be way easier, But if you're willing to stick with it and you can get through the first boss, it's a fun game for anybody. So I'm actually going to give the game an 8 out of 10. I actually really enjoyed the game. I didn't after I got past the first boss, I didn't mind the fact that it was really difficult because I knew what I was getting myself into. Which, like at that,
you're probably thinking that nothing's gonna be harder than this.
and besides the final couple bosses, nothing was harder than that. So
yeah, that's basically what everyone's saying about the boss fights in the game.
Yeah, so it wasn't that bad.
A lot of them are basically chickens in comparison to the first boss and
Yeah.
the last 2 or 3 bosses.
Yeah, the last 2 or 3 bosses will kick your shit in. So just be aware of that. But yeah, that's that. I was actually really happy I finished that because once I got to about 3/4 and it started getting really hard again, I was like, you know what? At this point, fuck it. I'll die however many times I have to die. I'm gonna finish it. So yeah, it was really enjoyable. All right, what's your Silver wants to talk about Hogwarts, right?
Yeah, but I won't go into too much detail for obvious reasons. I'm sure many of the people have finished it by now.
Spoilers.
Right? Yes, I'm late to the party, but whatever. No,
Okay.
I'm not gonna spoil it, just in case.
All right, well,
I will just say that of the 103 hours that I have played, I finally finished the story today, this morning or this afternoon, and yeah, what a freaking journey it has been.
Yeah.
I love the combat flow. It works very well. Although later on in the game, when you start getting a lot of enemies in, it can be like almost panic-inducing. You can get some anxiety from like being like, oh shit, who do I have to react to? Because sometimes enemies are gonna attack you all at once. You won't just like have them take turns to attack you. No, not like an Assassin's Creed. No, they can all swarm you if you're not careful.
So I want to remind everybody. He said 103 hours to finish this game.
Mind you, I did do most of the challenges here and there. I'm like at 93% completion, or was it 94? I think at 94% completion right now. I still haven't done all the vaults. I haven't found all the all the chests, the collection chests and stuff like that. I did find all the demiguise statues. I did all the Merlin trials. I rescued all the beasts. I've seen what a Graphorn looks like. Man, that thing is fucking huge. It's bigger than a hippogriff. And fucking hell, even hippogriffs are tall. But that Graphorn fight, it was awesome. I will say that quite a few of the boss fights are pretty challenging. But you can definitely get the hang of their methods,
Nice.
of their their attack patterns. But yeah, that last boss fight, I was not expecting that one. Yeah, definitely enjoyed the game thoroughly. This is 9 out of 10 for me.
All right.
Definitely. Fuck yes, worth buying even at its price of fucking 65 fucking quid or whatever the fuck it is. It's well worth that because you can get your money's worth. Damn right you will.
Nice.
Oh yes.
Oh.
And Hufflepuff has the best house quest in the game. Sorry, Slytherin, you have the worst. Gryffindor, eh. And Ravenclaw has the second best. But yeah, Slytherin has the worst. So sorry, people that are Slytherin, you get the worst house quest. I pity you.
I bet.
You do get one of the cooler
Thanks,
look.
Silver. Now all of the Hogwarts fans are just like,
Hang on. You do get one of the cooler looking common rooms though. The Hufflepuff one is alright. Very homey. Very cozy looking. It almost makes you feel like you're at a very plush hotel kind of like lobby. It's very cozy looking, very warm, almost autumn looking, if you ask me.
Nice.
Even though you're inside of a giant wood barrel. Yeah, I like the aesthetics of the Hogwarts castle. It's very fun that you can explore the entire thing. I know I mentioned this 2 months ago, but whatever.
Yeah.
I just love exploring the huge fucking castle. It is massive. I still get lost. Despite coming and going for many times, I still get lost in the fucking place.
Well,
Glad you
at least
enjoyed it.
Yeah, I'm
at least
glad.
I
I'm
pretty
glad
much
you enjoyed it.
I did everything in the castle too. I 100% of the fucking castle.
Yeah.
That took me a while. I also finally did the Porso challenge puzzles that you had to do. Man, they were a brain teaser, but yep, finally figured them out. Took
Nice.
me a fucking while, especially the second one, because that one was a 3-stage one. Ugh. Fun though, very fun. Made me actually think of where I had to push the platforms so I could get to the treasures, then I could get to the other side to get to the next stage and so on.
Nice.
But yeah, there you go. 9 out of 10, enjoyed it very thoroughly.
All right.
I am intrigued to see if there's going to be any more content afterwards. Even though the developer said there might not be, but we'll see. We shall
Money.
see.
Money.
And if
Money.
I know, right? I mean, come on, guys. The game sold very well. It has done very well. It is pretty much the best goddamn fucking Hogwarts game that has ever come out to this day.
But I think the
Just give us
problem.
more. In fact, give us fucking Quidditch. Goddammit.
I think the problem they have is they didn't plan on doing it from the get-go. So even if they decide now to do it, it would be a long time before you'd actually see anything out of it.
I don't mind. I don't mind. There
Yeah.
are many games.
Would they be better off doing that or just starting to work on a sequel?
It's too early to to demand a sequel. And besides, this game actually didn't end on a cliffhanger. It had a well-closed ending.
Oh, I know.
I don't know what you would have to think of how to make it a sequel.
Oh, I know.
Just like another Hogwarts game. It can't
Right,
really be a
another
sequel.
hard
'Cause I'm like,
game might work better.
because I'm like, you can't make a sequel out of a game that actually has a closed ending.
Oh,
There was only one ending and one ending only.
Oh,
Actually,
trust
no.
me, they can.
No,
It's happened before.
No, actually, no. There are 2 endings. There are 2 endings, actually. Scratch what I said. There are 2. But I chose the other ending.
Okay.
I don't know what the other ending will incite, but well, yeah. As I said, yeah, it has a closed ending, so yeah, I don't know how a sequel could happen.
Well, they
I
could
guess they
just
could
make
do
a
a
new
more
story.
modern. Yeah, they could do a more modern Hogwarts game, a little bit before Harry's time, but back in the 21st century or 20th century, or hell, how about a more a little bit more into the future kind of Hogwarts game? How about that? That's unexplored territory. Truth be told, we don't know what happens after Voldemort and all that crap. Will there be more Dark Wizards?
Cyberpunk / Harry Potter.
No, not Cyberwars.
Hogwarts 2077.
Yeah.
Exactly.
I am the Harry T-1000.
Wake up, wizard.
Yeah, wake up, wizard.
We got a city to save.
Wake up, wizard. We got a wand to use.
Oh
We
man.
got a wizarding wand to save.
Not too bad.
All right. I'm pulling rank and we're moving on. All right. So, all right, Ray. What's your?
And if that's Silver's short summary, then I don't want to know what the long one is.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Outlanders. Hey,
There you go.
Tim passed me Outlanders, a little city building kind of colony survival game. It was very interesting. It had a pretty in-depth tutorial that kind of led right into its sort of campaign mode, where you kind of like jump between different leaders and try and complete certain objectives on small maps. And it was very I wouldn't say simplistic, because there's a lot of different mechanics to it, like balancing food versus like pleasure activities, which will increase your population growth and all that. And a lot of the challenges were pretty challenging, considering the maps can be somewhat limited in their space. But it also had a free play mode. I did not actually get to that because there are so many campaigns to play on. And some of them can take quite a while too. Like I put about 9 hours into this.
Nice.
And I'm definitely not done with it either. I did actually run into, I think it was one bug where, like, if you try and cancel the construction of something while one of your colony citizens was trying to work on it, it could crash the game. So it isn't the most polished city builder out there, but it definitely ran well besides that.
And it seems to have a decent amount of content for a $15 title.
Mm-hmm. Definitely. You could probably enjoy it for quite a while if you really enjoy city builders.
Nice.
And each campaign had like a side objective you could try and complete. Like there was some, like, try and generate a certain amount of this resource alongside whatever your main objective is, or keep your population under a certain level while completing it.
Nice.
Which can be very challenging if you have to do a lot of stuff.
Yeah,
because
so
you will run out of time if you're not fast enough.
Well, hey, at least it makes it so there's still a challenge there, and it's not just like, oh, well, I completed this, I'm done.
And you can go back and replay them if you didn't get the side objective done.
Nice.
It reminds me of Black and White 2's island structure as you play through the game, campaign-wise. Just a little.
Makes sense.
Alright, so what would you rate it as?
I think it's definitely a solid 8. Like, it could use a little
polish
on the bugs. But besides that, I think it ran pretty well and was fun.
Awesome.
And what more can you ask from a game?
Alright, so here's gonna be my contentious review of the month, because we had Wanted Dead last month that made me look like an idiot. Now we're gonna go with another one that's gonna make me look kind of stupid. But this is Scars Above. Okay, or as Silver calls it, the ugly animation game.
I'm sorry, but that roll animation is fucking stupid looking.
So,
you can't deny that much.
No, I'm not gonna. So, I am gonna classify this game as a AA sci-fi adventure game with AA jank on it, which means, like, it is not the most polished thing in the world. Sometimes the animations are a bit stiff, but the story itself is actually very good. And for being something that's supposed to be, like, a Souls-like with guns, it's not difficult at all. Unless you turn it on a higher difficulty. It's, Actually, I would compare this game to Recore.
Oh, really?
Yeah. Because it's all based on using the right elements with the right situation. So like enemies, you should preferably use one type of weapon for each enemy. And you end up with like four styles of weapon, which is the fire, an acid weapon, a freeze weapon, and a electricity weapon. And those four weapons are used to basically interact with everything in the world. But actually, I was very surprised because I thought this game was going to be something where they just like ended it. This game actually does have a sequel intended for down the road, which is amazing. That's a ballsy move on their part because they probably didn't know if the game was going to sell very well. But I would say the game deserves to sell pretty well. I really enjoyed it. Like, there's very few games that make me give a shit about their story as much as I eventually cared about this one. At the beginning, you're kind of like, she's just like this normal science girl. And they make it look like that. But by about 3 hours in, you start to realize there's a lot more going on in the game than you initially would suspect. And the more I played and the more I found out, I really started to enjoy it.
Because it's weird how they just throw you into that alien world with no explanation.
Yeah, and the explanation part later on is where the story actually gets interesting. So I'm actually gonna give this game. I know this is gonna sound weird. Probably, I'll give it an 8. I would give it a 9, but it doesn't deserve that. But I'm gonna give it an 8 because I find that games like this deserve more of an audience because of the fact that even though they are not AAA perfect animation games, the story, the combat, and like the way that it's actually put together is very much of ReCore, and I like ReCore. And this is the closest thing I've played to that in a long time, in the sense of like, you know, simplistic, you get 4 different types of weapons, but those weapons can do many different things over the course of the game. The bosses are cool. I would say I really enjoyed it. Like, and it's not an overly long game. I think it took me 6 hours to beat it.
Wow, that is... How much is it?
40.
Ugh, 40 for 6 hours? No.
No,
No.
on the easiest difficulty.
I'm sorry, but no. I know, Tim, but 6 hours for $40? No, not even on the easiest difficulty. I
To
expect
be
at
fair,
least 12.
it seems Steam kind of agrees with him. It seems mostly and very positive,
Yeah.
This,
review-wise.
I don't agree with
I mean,
this.
at least it is.
They make it not play it on easy. I doubt that.
And guess what? At least it ain't Angry Joe. And it's like 4 hours. No, we don't.
Yeah, that's good. I guess that's a fair point, but no. I'm sorry, but 6 hours for 40. No.
Well,
again,
No.
also keep in mind, Tim plays games
20 is
differently,
more
Silver.
acceptable, but
So
I
you're
know,
probably gonna take like 4
know.
times as long to play it because you're gonna do everything.
yes. Yeah, if you buy a game at full price, get your money's worth, otherwise you look like a fucking moron for not, for not playing as much as you can out of how much you spent. That's how I see it anyway.
yeah, but
Play the game to your heart's content.
Oh, I love it.
Otherwise,
I actually really like it.
Alright, fair enough.
I mean, we can't
deal with too janky of an animation.
Yeah, well, we can't all have like God of War, Yeah, no, not budgets, but I'm talking about expectations.
I'll give you an example of a game that's very similar to this. Outward, not a AAA game, has better animations than this, and doesn't exactly look as good as Skies Above. I know, shocking, but it's an older game, so it makes more sense, I guess, and it depends. It's the style, it's different styles, but still, that game has better animations.
Okay.
I'm just saying that they definitely could have put a little bit more work into at least that one animation. It shouldn't be that difficult.
Silver would probably play through this whole entire game and bitch to himself about the animation the whole fucking time. He'd be like, "I'm like, the game's okay, but that fucking animation."
Look.
Listen, I'm only giving Silver shit out of love.
Animations in games do add a factor of immersion, okay? Because if the character doesn't move how they should move, it does take you out of the game a little. And if you don't see it like that, then, well, I mean, I guess you're far more lenient than I am. But I'm getting older. I don't have time for bullshit.
Everybody has a different...
Cynical.
No, hold on. Everybody has a different priority scale when it comes to games.
Of course. I rate everything by its own little factor.
So my scale goes like this. I don't know how everybody else feels. You're free to let me know out in the chat. Like, mine is more like fun, investment, story, like gameplay, story, and then like graphical fidelity is like almost non-existent when it comes to me, because I don't give a shit about any of that. I've played a lot of games that are just pixel art that I've enjoyed way more than I would something that's like playing a fucking movie. I understand.
You know me.
I understand that a lot of people like these high quality $70 movie games, and that's fair. If that's your cup of tea, that's what you like. Pay, vote with your wallet. and they'll keep on providing those type of games for you. But for somebody like me, I like a wide scope of games. So like my way of judging video games is different because I don't go into every game expecting the same level of quality animation wise because I've played $15 games. I've played $10 games. I've played 20, 30, 40. I've played $50 games that suck ass. You know, like one of the ones I played on Coffee and Indie a couple weeks ago, where like it was $50 and they couldn't even get the the lip syncing right during the cutscenes. So
oh boy,
I have a little more forgiveness when everything else has effort than to just stick on one thing. But I get you. You have every right to say that the animations are terrible for that one motion. That's fine. But I'm saying
I'm not going to rate the whole game's, rating from just based on that. No, that's stupid.
Well, that's what I mean. All right, so you're next, right, Silver? Yeah.
Doom Eternal was a good example. I rated it so high, despite me getting extremely frustrated with the frickin' platforming. But that was then. This is now. As for games I've been playing outside of Hogwarts Legacy, well. Hey Tim, we finished Gears 5 literally in like several weeks.
Yeah.
And then we finished Hive Busters in like 2 hours, and I was like, wow, I didn't realize how short that shit was.
Yeah, Gears.
But that cliffhanger ending, fucking annoying. Fuck that DLC.
My
bait bullshit.
Listen, my expectations for that DLC were really low.
So yeah, same. I mean, the main game itself, yeah, that actually had a actual ending. What a bullshit. Oh, let's see what's gonna happen next ending. No, but Hive Busters, no shit ending. So yeah, I mean, the game, it's typical Gears game, but with more to it. Has a few open world areas. Great gunplay as usual. All the Gears games have had pretty much the same gunplay from the very beginning, back in 2006, wasn't it? Since the original Gears of War.
So besides Hogwarts and Gears, you really haven't played anything?
I've played Grim Dawn. I've been revisiting that because I put it on Xbox.
Yeah, I got you.
I've been playing others. I also picked up Nightmare Reaper again since that had a full release. Since I've been gone. Yeah. I didn't realize it actually got a full release, and I was like, oh wow, there's now in version 1 point something. Cool. Now it's all finished, but I haven't finished the game yet. But I am actually quite close to getting to Act 4. I think I'm at Act 3 by the time I stop playing. As I said, though, back when I originally spoke about it, great gunplay. Oh man, it's so fast too. It feels like Dusk, but on crack. So fast and so bloody. So violent, like Doom, but on steroids, but it just, with pixelated graphics. You know me, I love these fucking retro shooters. They just get the blood flowing, Oh, I love music. Who doesn't like metal music while you're blowing shit up with a fucking nuke? Oh man, the weapons in that game. Sorry, I just get so pumped and hyped for retro shooters of this day and age, because, they have their own style, and it just brings fresh life into first-person shooters, Not like the typical
how
Call of
experienced
Duty.
people are now with making games like that. So.
Oh yeah, hell yeah. There are so many great ones that I could name and recommend, and they're not even $30. You get great quality, great content for such a low price too, and they don't wreck your fucking hard drive by having hundreds of fucking gigs of useless crap. No. Not even 20 gig. Any of these games are not even 20 gig. And you get so much for what you're paying. And you can even replay them to your heart's content. Try different weapons. Try different styles of, entering arenas and whatnot. There are many ways to play a first-person shooter. You just gotta put your imagination where your fingers are.
Alright, so, do you have anything else that you played this month, Bray?
I mean, I suppose I could mention Deceive Inc. Not that we've played a huge amount of it.
Yeah, I was waiting until we actually got to play it before before I mentioned it
That's
first.
fine then. Let's save it for next time then.
All right.
Yeah, try to play.
All
try to see
I'll
if you
say
get
is
more
good
time into it for
things.
June.
It needs more audience, I think, but definitely good things. It has potential and can be a very good game.
And the fact that it has crossplay between
Depends on
everything
the
is great.
people.
Oh yes.
It just depends on the people that play the game. Will they actually play their role properly, or will they just mess around like you probably encountered one or two times, where you just see people running like headless chickens?
It's gonna be like that regardless. And if you're playing solo, who cares? You blow their head off and continue. If you're playing in a team,
Yeah,
well,
that
you
is
should
different.
go in with a pre-made team and know what you're doing. So
Yeah.
Take it a little bit more seriously if that's the case.
Yeah. All right, so we got 2 topics for this month. They're really short, simple topics. One is obviously the death of E3, which is kind of sad, but on the other hand, like the writing was on the wall.
It was inevitable.
Yeah,
inevitable.
about time.
I feel like with the existence of Summer Games Fest and the fact that that Jeff was going to continue it this year anyway, having dueling shows would not be necessary. And like with everybody doing their own, solo conferences anyway.
Yeah, directs and whatever.
Yeah, like you're gonna get your Ubisoft Forwards and EA Plays and all those things are scheduled for June. Usually EA usually does theirs in like July. But like most of them are in June, right? So you're probably gonna know everything you would know if E3 existed anyway. I'm pretty pumped for it. That's why, even though the podcast has taken a month off, like that's why I'm coming back in June, because by then all the rumor mills will be running. Everything will be leading up to all these announcements and stuff. And
trains are gonna get going. All that
Yeah.
stuff.
Yeah, if I'm gonna take a break, might as well take it in the lull before the storm. And also, the other topic is this is a simple one, right? And I feel like we could take a couple minutes on this one. Is do you think that with not the failure, but I would say like the poor launch of PSVR 2, do you think that VR headsets as a whole are just going to plateau, and there's certain people that just aren't going to be interested? Or do you think we have to have like such a low barrier to entry before before more people will hop on board with VR?
Well, they're definitely not very affordable for the average consumer, that's for sure.
Yeah, that's what I mean. Like the lower barrier to entry.
Yeah, I mean, there are cheaper alternatives, but they can not handle what you would want out of a virtual headset. That's the problem. They're not, because they're cheaper, they don't have the, firepower to handle something like that. Like Half-Life Alyx or something like that. They can't handle that kind of game? No. You don't have the capability or the hardware.
I would say that with PSVR 2, there's 2 reasons why that didn't succeed. One, price.
It costs more than the PS5 itself, at least in the US.
And
at least in the US.
Yeah, it does.
And
$150.
And 2, there's no real
system exclusives.
There's no system sellers, right?
Yeah. Yep, no system killer. Yeah.
Like
killers.
Their big claim to fame at launch was the the Call of the Mountain.
Call of the Wild, Call of the Mountain, yeah.
And it's basically just a mountain climbing game in VR.
Yep. And I've seen the combat, and I'm like, no, I don't like that kind. I would like it to be a bit more free
And there's one issue that all these VR companies are having an issue with still, is that it makes people sick. It makes people have motion sickness. So some people and until you can get that under control for the majority of people, you're going to turn a lot of people away with that. It's like, do you give them the teleport movement? Do you give them actual movement? Which one's going to make them less sick?
It's it's funny because games that I've played have comfort options, and yeah, they work. But I'm like, well, I don't get motion sickness, so they're not doing anything for me personally. But it's great that they have those as options.
Yeah.
Definitely.
Well, that's
More
the
games should
thing.
have those options.
Is
Yeah.
like that gap
games
between the
should have
people who do get motion sick and don't get motion sick is like it's binary. It's like either you do or you don't. And if you don't have that problem, you're not even going to think about it. But if you do have that problem, it's a deal breaker.
Yeah, that's
like,
why.
they can't play VR.
Yeah,
That's
'cause
what-
I don't know if the comfort options help because no one's speaking about it.
I almost feel like
Games do have them.
that may be a frame rate issue.
Yeah, I
That
mean,
would be
it could
interesting, actually.
But
to
that
see if
means
was-
that the hardware of either the headset itself or the actual console just can't keep up with the what's going on in the headset, or both.
Because
or
God,
even if the game was designed in a
Yeah,
I-
or the
frame rate.
game has piss poor performance, or
'Cause I
it's not
imagine-
optimized very well.
I imagine motion blur would be like a deal breaker.
I
on a
don't see
fucking
why
VR
you-
headset.
I hate motion blur. I hate motion blur.
That would make me
Well,
sick as
theoretically,
fuck.
in VR, you don't need it because you're already. If you turn in your head to look around, your eyes are gonna blur already.
Yeah, it's like
Mhm. And besides, in some VR games I've played, you can disable motion blur. which is
That's
odd
like-
that it even
that's
has
like-
motion blur as an option, but yeah.
that's like turning on bloom when you got fucking ray tracing.
Yeah.
Like
Yeah, no.
doesn't make any
You
sense,
wanna,
right?
You want to blind your eyes? Go ahead.
But
I think it's definitely a combination of what you guys have been talking about, and I think VR's main problem is it doesn't really have a significant advantage over non-VR like content. There's not really, besides
Other
the
than
very
immersive
specialized
interaction.
VR games that are designed to be like, oh yes, this is for VR because you can only like give that full range of motion in VR.
Mhm.
It's not like there's more like immersive stories in VR. It's not like there's better combat in VR or better story. You can't have nobody's found that thing that only you can get in VR.
I mean, besides Half-Life,
How long it's gonna take?
Half-Life Alex, which is probably the best VR game I've ever seen. Like,
Definitely the most successful one so far, I'd say.
yeah, like,
Mm,
and even then, it still wasn't really enough to get the Steam Deck off of, like,
Right.
off
You
the-
mean
the Steam
HTC
VR,
or the
the Steam VR.
yeah, basically HTC Vive, or is it the other one?
Yeah,
Whatever.
it's the actual like Steam
Yeah,
VR headset.
Steam to VR version thing.
Yeah. But yeah, either way, like
yeah.
I wish that it would be a thing, and I feel like as the technology goes forward and older hardware becomes cheaper, I mean, well, the newer hardware becomes older. You know what I mean? Eventually, we'll come to a time where the price will be low enough where you'll get more people in. But the problem is that like companies like Sony, you cannot put a whole system as a barrier to entry and then charge more than the system for the headset. You just can't.
Yeah.
Right. That's over $1,000. I'm like,
Um,
fuck no.
And I know there are people out there that make tons of money and will just be like, fuck it, I'll go out and buy it. I can't tell you one person that I know personally that could just go drop $550 on a headset tomorrow.
Yep. Me neither.
Hey, it's like, hey, I'll just go live on the street. Here, give me a headset. Like, you know what I mean? Like that's
Right.
that's
I
ridiculous.
mean, hey, if you're in VR, you can make it look like you're in a building. You'll think you're in a great having a great life, right?
And within that article, within the article where they mentioned that PSVR is selling poorly, they said if they don't reduce the price, the PSVR 2 could be a massive failure.
You don't
Because
say.
Mhm.
like they were planning on trying to sell 2 million units in the first month, and they only sold 270,000.
Yeah.
That's
I
still
watched
quite a
Young
bit.
Guy's video about that.
Oh yeah, I know, but their expectations were way too high.
I was gonna say,
But
at that price though,
then-
selling 2 million units is
Right.
a lot of money they were expecting to come back from this.
Yeah.
They're not going to get nearly that at this price. And how many would they have to sell at a lower price to make that goal still?
A lot.
But
Yeah.
But then you take a look at how many people own a PS5, and it's in what is that, 18 million? I'm like, holy shit, that's actually a very minuscule amount of fucking PS5 owners that have a PS2 VR. Holy shit, that's very small.
Because you're taking because you're
Wow.
taking something that's already niche and then putting an additional barrier to entry in front of it. So-
Yep, a pricey barrier too.
They would have been better off making a new handheld. They should have just made another handheld. Do the PlayStation version of the Steam
Vita 2.
Deck.
Yeah, Vita 2 or something. I don't fucking know. Yeah, that would be great, Tim.
I bet
Good
that could
idea.
have been very successful, actually.
Yeah.
But
Because Vita had
Sony
a lot of
has-
really good games on.
I agree, and I still have mine.
But that's what I'm saying.
I'm
Like,
proud of it.
okay, do it
It's
like the
very-
Steam Deck.
very
Do it
fun.
exactly like the Steam Deck. Make it so people can take their PlayStation library off their PS5 or PS4 and stream those games over the cloud to this handheld device. And they can have like games that are exclusive to just the handheld and make it so you can have both. That shit would fly off the shelf.
Cloud, I don't know. Sony's cloud is not as stable as Microsoft's. Sorry. But
Well,
I
they
should
need to
know.
work on it. They need to work on it.
Say, then improve it.
And-
If they have,
And
if they have
considering
a
how many
reason to.
years, they've actually had their service for, I don't see that happening.
Take all that money that you were spending to have all like the exclusive Call of Duty stuff, and then put that into
Sony
its
isn't
cloud.
as rich as Sony isn't as rich as Microsoft. We
Rich
all
enough to
fucking
buy
know
out a
that.
bunch of exclusive guns.
Just take like one of the
Yeah, right.
exclusive games you normally get and put that money in the cloud.
Man, I would love a new.
Or all
handheld
this
from
money they put
Sony,
into this
but-
new PlayStation VR 2 and make it.
Well,
cloud.
Well, due to the failure, as they see it, of the Vita, they will never make another handheld. Never.
Yeah, because
Been long enough to the point where you're like, yeah, fuck. no.
they gave up on that shit like way too quick though.
Yes, way too soon.
Yeah.
Yep, I agree. I love the Vita.
That's what
I
makes me
love the
afraid.
PSP.
That's what makes me afraid for the people that went out and bought the PSVR 2. What says
Yeah,
that
right.
PlayStation doesn't just say fuck it and just like, all right, we'll cut our losses. Who cares?
VR's dead.
Yeah,
Look
'cause-
to us. We're never
I
gonna.
mean, they didn't make any really good exclusives for the original PSVR either.
And
So-
they didn't make the games for the PSVR 1 backwards compatible to the PSVR 2.
Yeah, that's the biggest amount of
Ugh.
bullshit. Yeah,
So
you
if they
can play your PSVR games on the PSVR 2.
This is
Yeah.
why I'm not a Sony fanboy.
but this is what I'm saying. Like literally, they did everything in their power to make this the most like niche of niche things with all these barriers of entry. Like, hey, you know your old PSVR games? Can't play them. You know, yeah, like, you know that console you bought? Well, this is going to cost even more than that. You know,
Yeah.
like
You don't have a console yet? Well, you have to buy one too.
Oh,
yeah. So
well,
then you're looking at almost
especially
$1,000. Yeah. So then you're almost looking at $1,000 US.
And you haven't even bought any games
Oh,
for
no,
it
no,
yet.
no, no,
That's
yeah,
too
yeah,
bad, because
and-
those are going to cost
yeah.
you extra as well.
Oh, even in the US, yes, combined, though it is especially if you buy the disc PS5, it is over $1,000.
Mhm.
But if you buy outside of the US, oh, it's like $1,200 or something like that.
Yeah.
So yeah, that's quite the fucking markup.
Yeah.
Fuck you, Sony. Fuck you. What
Oh.
the hell?
One more thing before we go that I'm super excited about. I guess in June they're going to be bringing the Friends and Family plan for Xbox Game Pass to America. So for $25 a month, you will be able to have 5 Xbox Game Pass Ultimate accounts. Well, yeah, slots that you can put friends or family in for $25 a month.
Wow. Wow.
And it's the
That's-
Ultimate edition of Game Pass, which will include EA
Not
Play
only
Pro.
Xbox, but also PC, yeah.
Yeah.
What
So
does that usually cost individually?
It's 10 for just the PC Game Pass and 15 for Ultimate, which is both.
Or 11 quid for the Ultimate over here.
So you're getting
Fantastic
that's
deal.
Oh
that's a
yeah,
serious
you're
discount.
basically you're saving half
And the
of the cost of 5 accounts.
and the crazy
Right.
part is you don't even have to live with the person that you're sharing the account with. So I could
Well, it
say,
says family and friends.
yeah. So I could literally be
the
like,
Netflix on this regard.
I could literally be like, hey Ray, do you wanna play Xbox Game Pass account? And be like, all right,
Sure,
here,
Tim.
yeah, and it'll work, which is crazy.
That's nice.
That's gonna bump up their numbers
That
of
is
subscriptions
true,
though
yeah.
so fucking high though. That
Oh, like,
from-
holy shit, we
from
can share between
Poor
5 people,
marketing
friends and family.
decisions to good marketing decisions. We
Yeah.
can see where the gap between Sony and Microsoft actually lies.
Mhm,
yeah, yeah, and
It's right here.
listen, I'm not a big fan of like buying publishers and buying developers or anything like that. Just on a real quick note,
No,
I don't-
I'm more for independency, but you know.
I don't feel like
sometimes
I don't
you
feel
need
like
an
either. I don't feel like either should be buying anymore. I really feel like this should be
No.
it for Xbox.
Yeah.
Like Sony bought Bungie, so like it's not like they didn't buy anything either. I understand they're on a different level, but like they both bought some. I think from now on it should just stop. No one needs to buy Capcom. No one needs to buy fucking Square Enix. And I know fanboys from both sides will be like, they should buy this and they should buy no more. Like
People already are saying this.
yeah, but
you're a bit out of the loop, Tim.
yeah, but I'm saying fanboys will literally make it so they just want to have only 2 companies own everything. And then they forget
They
that
want theirs to
business.
own the better stuff.
and then
Yep.
they want to forget that Tencent has more money than fucking Microsoft or Sony combined. So, yeah.
Yeah.
And they're involved in everything.
Yep, they got their fingers in every pie.
Hell, Saudi Arabian oil, like the Saudi Arabian prince owns part of Nintendo. I mean, like,
Yeah, how fucked up is that?
money. There you go. All right.
The stock market is weird.
All right. So we're gonna go over the games that are coming out over the next month.
I have
There's
14 now, Tim. I found a
cool.
couple more.
Okay, cool. At least we have a way to make this actually rotate now.
Yeah, great. So Tim does 3, Silver does 2, and then I do 1, and we'll all end at about the same time.
All right, that's fair. I'm gonna go through them pretty quick anyway. I'm not gonna go like I'll give them time, but I'm not gonna sit here for a half hour in each game.
Sounds good.
My first one. What?
I'll just mention them and, you look them up or not. I know.
No, I'm gonna look them up. That's what I mean.
Always, yeah.
Okay, so my first one is called Spiritfall, which is it's an action roguelite with like inspired by, how do I put it? It almost look it's got like the combat of almost like Smash Brothers or anything like that. I'm trying to think of the one that's owned by Ubisoft. I'm having a brain fart right now.
That like the Yogscast did something for.
It's not Brawlhalla, is it?
Yeah, Brawlhalla. It's like Brawlhalla, but in an action roguelite sense. The combat's exactly the same as like Brawlhalla.
Yeah, it's definitely flashy, yeah.
Yeah.
I can definitely see that, yeah.
So I like the idea.
Beautiful.
Yeah, I definitely like the idea that they're going for, and I'm a sucker for roguelites anyway. So let's be.
Yeah.
Yeah, and it's probably not gonna be very expensive. Comes out tomorrow. So long wait. I usually do these
It
in
is,
chronological order.
early access, though.
Yes.
It is early access, though.
Then
Early access is is just a mixed bag. Either that's
Yeah.
showing that they know that they need and plan to add a lot of content, or it means they're putting it out too early. So we'll see.
all right, and then next on my list is Road 96 Mile Zero, which is the prequel to Road 96, which is a game I really enjoyed, actually. So this is based on the two of the characters that you meet in the beginning, plus the TV reporter that's also involved in the Road 96 story. But yeah, this is more of like a rhythm-based, insanity dream-based game, but it tells the it tells like the precursor story to like everything that happened later on. So I'm very excited for it. Obviously, as you can see, it's already in my Steam library. So
Ooh.
Very nice.
Hey, Eva.
so let's see. Oh, this is one I'm actually excited for. Now that Silver has a Steam Deck, I can make Silver's life miserable with it. Meet Your Maker.
Oh, boy. Yeah,
yes.
see,
I remember that.
I looked at that.
Was that Game Awards they
Yep.
showed this?
Yep.
Yeah.
Where you can make your own maze and maps for your friends or other people to try and get through.
And you can do it cooperatively too, right?
Yeah.
You don't you even dare think of torturing me with platformers. Don't you fucking dare. Do not bring that nightmare of Doom Eternal to life again.
I'll just make it one big vertical jump.
Sigh.
The return of Minecraft droppers.
Yeah.
Oh no.
But no, I'm pretty excited for this. It's $30 and it's out in 1.5 days.
I'll have to add that to my follow list at the very least.
And if you want
It'll be
to,
very interesting to see how it does.
and if you own a PlayStation, anybody out there, it's also available free through PS Plus.
Which I do not have. But that's great to know.
Hey, I'm here for knowledge. Doesn't have to be exactly great for you. All right. So what's your 2, Silver?
Horizon Forbidden West, Burning Shores.
Okay. Well, I can't look that up on Steam but yeah, tell me more. Tell me more.
So you're on a browser, use it. You could look it up, I'm sure.
I don't want to give Sony the clicks. Oh, fine.
Well, I don't know, there's articles, I'm sure. We don't want to give Sony any clicks at all.
I mean, to be fair,
But basically,
I don't know if they have a very
Well-
thorough description
well,
on it.
no, of course
either.
they don't, because we only know a little where it's based.
Hey, we know the game's on.
Other than the fact that, yeah.
We know the game's on sale. Look at that. It's on sale right here. Deluxe Digital Edition.
Mm-hmm.
$49.59.
Well.
Well, either way, it's basically an expansion
There you go.
continuation
I got it.
the after end of the main game's story, which definitely had it did have closure, but it also did imply that there is the threat lingering, and you need to do something about it.
You know what's been funny about that?
Something from it.
Is they've released like no footage of this thing at all.
I know, right? I guess they must be like what they did with what was it called? Frozen Wilds? Yeah, Frozen Wilds for the first game. They're keeping it all hush until they actually have most of it finished. It's basically what they did with the Frozen Wilds, because they released it like 10 months after the main game came out, if I recall. Or was it a year and 10 months? It came out quite a while after the first game.
I was gonna say, and that's pretty much the case this time. It's like been a year since the game came out, right?
Yeah.
Something like that.
Just almost a year.
Yeah.
They're about halfway through this month. Yeah. Or was it last month it came out? Last month last year. Was it March or April? I can't remember. But it took me a month to finish the game either way. But yeah. Can't wait to see what Nemesis will do. That's basically the name of the AI that you have to take on.
It came out 14 months ago.
Okay, so yeah, February then. Oh yeah, right, of course.
Ah,
I started it in February and I finished it in April
There you go.
of 2022.
All right. So what's the next one, Silver?
Star Wars Jedi Survivor.
The big title of the month.
Pretty much.
Pretty much. Well, one of the big titles of the month.
Oh yeah, certainly, but I feel like this is probably gonna be the one that people are looking out for the most.
Yeah.
Well, I just hope the combat's going to be a little bit more refined and not like it was in Fallen Order, because, again, I did not like the whole Souls-like style of that game. I was like, why? It's like you're just troping now. You should have just made it more like Jedi Academy, just more faster paced, more smoother. I would have definitely loved that, but no, you went for something more generic and more well known, because it's like every fucking game's trying to be a fucking Souls-like at this point. Ugh.
Well, at least the difficulty's not Dark Souls levels.
Well, if you're playing on standard, it actually kind of was challenging. I had to lower the difficulty at some point.
It could be, yeah. Over
I
time.
had to lower the difficulty during some boss fights because they just kicked my ass, and I was like, no, I'm not having this. Sorry, but that's how I had to play from that point onwards. Especially the Seventh Sister. Fuck that bitch. You know, the big one with the big giant one with the freaking double-bladed lightsaber.
Yeah.
Yeah, you know the one. You know the one. The one you fight in Kashyyyk.
So at least
Kashyyyk.
At least I'm happy I get to play it, because I have EA Play Pro still for another, like, month. And that's just long enough for me to get some time in on the game. Because after that, I'm canceling that shit, because EA doesn't have anything really coming out in the short term after this game. So once I'm done playing it, I can get rid of EA Play Pro.
Yeah, don't blame me, I have one.
But I mean, we'll talk about the other game I have to play, but no. Go ahead.
Yeah,
Yep, that'll be later on the list.
I'll give it a fair
Fair try.
shot. Yeah, fair try, fair shot. See what's different about the previous game. Comparison.
And how good the story is, because the previous game had a pretty
Yes.
decent story, so it'll be
Yes,
nice
I
to see
definitely like
more
the
of this.
story.
Hell yeah.
Yes, I definitely hope they bring back the Night Sister. I hope they bring her back.
Hey, bring out a Star Wars game, at least at this quality level, please. I mean, not Star Wars, Star Trek, please.
Oh, yeah, please.
I would love that.
That would
Thanks.
be interesting, wouldn't it?
Yeah,
I
considering
would
the
like,
last one we got was
George
when the
Lucas.
original reboot movie came out, and it was fucking dog shit.
That game.
Yeah, that isn't even for sale anymore because it was that
I was
bad.
gonna say,
Yeah.
wasn't that
Yeah,
uh,
Digital
Digital
Extremes,
Extremes?
actually.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Unfortunately, it was part of that?
it was really bad. All right,
Come a long way.
so what's yours, Ray?
You've come a long way, but still.
Orbital Bombardment.
Oh yeah, I scrolled past that and I was like, that's quite the name for a title. But let's see why it's called.
I mean, why else would you call something orbital bombardment than,
Is it the literal meaning? Yes.
yes, it is.
Oh, Ray, I did not think you loved to blow shit up.
I
Yes,
play EDF. What are you talking about?
Oh yeah. I mean, you are a man after all, and you know, as a man, you can't fucking deny blowing shit up. It's fun.
We
You
like
can't.
destroying things. We're very destructive
Exactly.
and violent creatures.
I was gonna say we've all played EDF. I think we understand about
No.
blowing things.
That's not what I was implying or where I was going with that, Ray.
I know.
I'm just saying that because
Shut-
of the things we played.
Silver, don't blow it.
Come on, who doesn't blew me away? Blew me away.
We played Halo. We
Right.
play EDF. We all like explosions.
Yeah,
Yeah.
We like
We-
nuking
we-
things from orbit.
yeah. I was gonna say EDF is the perfect
Wait,
destruction
Wait,
game.
wait, here. Silver.
Pass me
I
the fuel
play
rod
Air
cannon.
Raider in EDF. What do you think I like doing?
Yeah.
Pass me the remote control.
All right.
Strike incoming.
Jesus.
But yeah, it looks pretty simple and fun. You just nuke planets from orbit while dodging return fire.
That sounds
Oh yeah.
right up your alley.
Yeah, they should have had Return Fire or Return Fire as a subtitle in that game.
All right. So my next one is I have to play more games like this. This one is called Filthy Animals. I played the beta of this. It is a heist simulator in the format of like Human Fall Flat.
Yeah, I think did we see
like
this?
Egg-Feast?
Yeah.
Did we see a preview of this at somewhere?
Yeah.
Because it is
I want
very
to say,
familiar.
yeah, this was talked about at some point.
Yes.
Mm.
So yeah, you have to complete heist as these characters.
Wait, didn't we see this at Game Awards?
Yeah.
Or was it before that?
I think it was the Game Awards.
Because it
But-
definitely is familiar to me.
Yeah,
It's
but
actually pretty recent in my memory.
I mean, look at we could totally commit heist as these people, right? Like,
Heisted.
Yes, well, while we are flailing about like ragdolls. Sure,
Yeah.
sure, why
I can do it. I swear.
not?
They-
There's
they-
no try.
Listen, they even give you guns,
Duh.
and you can imagine.
Firing them while our arms are
Yeah,
flailing.
exactly.
What are you, jelly bean what are you, jelly bean or a mouse?
All right, next one I have is
Filthy animals.
my city builder of the month, which is Terrascape.
Oh, I've got a few city builders actually, Tim. You're in store for something.
Oh, this looks good. This is very good.
Mmm. Pretty. I like fair.
Want to hear the description? In Terrascape, you build your own dream city. Each pack of cards in Terrascape
no.
offers different buildings and ways to expand your kingdom. Place cards wisely in the game world to earn points and receive new cards as rewards. So it is
Oh no.
it is a card game city builder that looks really good.
No, okay.
It's
Okay,
dwarf romantic
never
with
mind then.
cards. Got it.
Never
Yeah.
mind then.
Yeah.
I'm
That
sorry,
just
but I
sounds
like my city
dangerous.
builders. I like my city builders a bit more interactive than placing prefabs.
I was gonna say it sounds.
Sorry.
It's more puzzle city builder like
Yeah.
I'm,
is
I'm
it?
sure it'll be good.
panorama dwarf
Okay,
romantic
yeah.
style.
Yeah.
All
Yeah.
jokes aside, I'm sure it'll be enjoyable.
All right.
Oh, definitely. If it's like those two.
Mhm.
All right, so this next one is Curse of the Sea Rats,
Okay.
which is a hand-droid Ratoidvania, which is a rat-based Metroidvania game. Where you?
Ratoid?
Yes.
Okay.
Not Metroid,
There's
Ratoid.
there's a new genre for us, gentlemen.
Yeah, all the bosses have like crazy good voice acting, which is amazing, and you can play it in local co-op as well, and it's all hand-drawn art, which I, obviously really
Oh, is it?
appreciate. Yeah.
Fatso and Fatsy.
Yeah.
What a name.
The Necromancer sounds like Silver, I swear to God.
Oh really? Oh, I can't hear the stream, so
I usually leave the stream
Yeah.
muted. I'll have to listen to it later.
yeah. I'll be sure to look the game up and have a listen later.
Yeah, this is definitely a polished, one of the polished games.
Yeah, so,
Pretty indie too. Is this independent?
yeah.
I don't recognize P-Cube or Toons Studio.
P-Cube. I do recognize them.
Yeah,
Yeah,
they deal in smaller
Yeah,
indie
they-
titles, yeah. And so far they've given me 3 copies of the game to give away, so...
Very nice.
What I already have in my library, and I have 3 additional copies, and the game doesn't come out for another 4 days. So,
gimme, gimme.
Is it gonna be Steam? I don't
What's
know.
the magic word, Silver?
Is it gonna be Steam Deck verified?
Compatible? Mm.
Yeah, I didn't think about that. I'll have to ask.
Good,
I'm
yeah.
sure, yeah.
Do ask.
Because it's not an early access title, so maybe
Does it
it
have
will.
controller support?
Yes, pull.
Full control.
Then it should be.
Very good.
Then
Yeah.
it should, yeah. Then I could definitely work around that.
Yeah. All right. So back to you, Silver.
Alrighty. Dead Island 2.
I was gonna say that's on Epic, right? Yeah.
Is it not on Steam? Does it have a Steam page?
Nope.
Oh, right. Yeah, I guess it's on Epic.
Yeah. It's
Yeah, I can always get it on Xbox anyway. Or PS5. Either way.
Yeah, I'll tell you one thing, everybody out there. If you ever decide to be a content creator and you don't care about Epic, you will have such an easier time getting keys. Because oh my lord, there are so many people that won't accept keys from Epic, and they'll just be like, "I'll give you Epic keys of like whatever game you want," and I'll be like, "All right, whatever, fuck it."
If I could use my Epic account on the Steam Deck, great, I would, but I can't.
You should be
I'd
able
have
to
to,
at some
you know,
point.
That would
Can
be
you-
interesting.
Can you
That would
run?
be
Can you
great.
run GOG? Can you run GOG on your Steam Deck?
No.
Hmm.
No, because it's based on Steam OS, and I'd actually have to install Windows on the Steam Deck to do that.
So here,
Which you can, but I don't want to.
here's a good question for everybody out there. How do you think this game is actually going to be good?
Well, considering what I've seen gameplay-wise, could be. I mean, I'll remain skeptical until it's actually out and I've seen some official gameplay footage. Because at the moment, I mean, it definitely has its wackiness about it.
That's for sure. Has that for days.
And it's very colorful, and they seem to have
Really?
definitely embraced the wildness that they were
You don't
going
say.
for.
Yeah.
And they finally said, you know what? You know, we're not gonna bullshit with our promotional stuff. We're actually just gonna be transparent and honest with what we want the game to show and play like. So yeah, I can see that they've definitely wisened up compared to the first game's promotional trailers and stuff like that. They've definitely changed their tone and gotten smarter about it.
Do you think they learned from their mistakes in the first game?
It definitely seems like they have. It definitely seems like they have. Just from what I've seen so far, yeah. They've
Well,
definitely
you can hope so.
turned to less serious and more just fuck it, go nuts.
I hope it succeeds because man, for how long that
I
game
do.
was in development, like that's
Yeah, I know, right?
for it to
Since
come.
the first game came out in 2011,
So if it came out was a fucking flop, that'd be sad.
Yeah,
that would be.
it would be a
extremely
great comeback
disappointed.
story, I'd say.
Yeah.
But
Alright.
yeah, if it was actually a success, great, awesome. We'll see. As I said, we'll see.
Was that
Alright.
your first game or your second game, Silver?
That's his first.
First game. Second game, Supplies.
Greetings, Glad. Welcome to the stream, sir.
Hey, Glove.
Alright, so yes, I have played some of this as well, but Silver is excited for it, as he should be, because he likes this type of game.
I mean, just read the description. It's literally like silver written all over it.
Oh, no, Silver should tell everybody why I sent this game to him originally. Because in the promotional material that came along with the key request for this game, they called it Doom's Hot Sister.
Oh, I see.
And they did!
That's what they called it.
I just told Tim, I was like, wait, what the fuck? No, seriously?
How to sell a video game in 3 words.
Doom's hot sister. There you go.
Well,
3
if that doesn't fly
simple
off the
words.
shelves, I don't know what will.
3 simple descriptive words.
And it
What
says,
Doom is.
in other words,
Imagine.
yeah, this is the description that it gave me, real quick. In other words, if the original Doom had a hot sister, the place would be her. Like, what the
Oh, judging by
fuck?
the gameplay footage. Yeah.
It looks very Doom
Yep.
and very
Big
smooth.
guns. Big guns. Smooth gameplay. What more do you want from a first person?
Oh, I played some of it. It's a lot of fun.
Smooth
Yeah,
gameplay,
I've enjoyed
high
it.
octane action. Yeah.
And it's got a third dimension.
Yeah.
You
Gimme.
can actually aim up and down.
Yes. No offense, but some shooters don't allow you to do that.
Well, hey, Doom and Wolfenstein were pretty amazing for what they did at the time.
Oh,
and
yes.
limited
Most
stuff.
definitely.
Yeah, that's for
We
sure.
are now in the modern era of the
Mhm.
retro shooters. We have standards.
Yeah, times have definitely changed.
All right, Ray, what's yours?
Let's look at Wall World then.
There you go. Wall World.
You take Dome Keeper and turn it 90 degrees. There you go.
I feel like this isn't fair.
A little different,
Yeah, it is.
but
Wait, you actually like wall crawling?
I think you have your home base structure is like a wall crawling
Mech or
vehicle, and you move to
Walker,
different
yeah.
locations and then dig out resources, upgrade, and defend your base.
That seems pretty interesting, actually.
Right?
Hmm.
All right, I'm
No,
gonna.
it's
Fl-
like- an upside down
loop.
one.
Yeah, gameplay loop looks like it'll be similar to Dome Keeper, but just slightly more complex with a little more mechanics and systems.
So hear me out on this. Okay, so now we have one that's horizontal. Now we just need one that's tipsy-turvy, and then we need another one that's the inverted horizontal. And there you go.
Mm.
You got the quadruple. You got the
Inver-
quadruple
You can play all four of them on different screens in facing in different directions.
Yeah, there you go.
Exactly. Or we can have all four games at once and just have them windowed.
Oh my god.
Have two each on each screen.
So here.
Why not?
The sequel where it's like all you play 4-player and you're all digging through the same patch of ground on different sides.
Oh my
that
God.
actually would be kind of cool. Now that you mention it,
Possibly.
possibly, maybe.
So here's my guilty pleasure game of the month. I know I'm a weirdo. I
Mario.
like PGA Tour golf. And I'm happy that EA is starting to not be afraid to delay their games a bit to fix them up. That probably will work out well for them in the long run, rather than releasing broken games like before.
Wow, EA delay games to improve them.
Yeah, they did that. They did that for Star Wars and this game.
Well, yeah, well, Star Wars is the publisher, not the developer, but still. What? They delay games? No, this isn't the EA I know.
Yeah, I know, right? But yeah, I'm very excited. Plus, the game has John Cena in it for some fucking reason. So great. There's one invisible golfer because you can't see him.
Imagine if there was like an in-game cheat code where you could actually make him invisible. They just see the fucking.
Now,
before the invisible John Cena mod comes out.
Now I will put this out there because there's a few people I'm talking to about this. I'm actually thinking about starting a golf league in my Discord where, you know, people that are interested in golf games can get together, because this has, like, you can create your own leagues and, you know, do, like, weekly golf tournaments and have people, you know, do a whole 18 holes together and put it as a tournament and do a whole season as a golf thing, which is fucking awesome. So if I find people interested, maybe I'll do that in the Discord, because I'm not a golf nerd, but I love golf video games. So yeah, I'm hoping it's good.
And loves golfing with a friend.
Yes, I do. Alright, here I called this earlier. This is definitely my dark horse pick for the month, is Sherlock Holmes: The Awakened. So this is technically not a remaster, more like a reimagined version of a game that came out years ago that was The Awakened. They took it, they added more story to it, better dialogue, rebuilt the game, like, gameplay, the whole 9 yards that are releasing it, and it's basically Sherlock Holmes in a Lovecraftian adventure game. Which I'm very interested to see, because I liked The Awakened back in the day. And it was very point and click, though, and they seem to have taken all that out of it, for the most part, so I'm very interested to see how it's going to translate.
So you into the whole Cult of Cthulhu kind of aspect of horror then?
Yeah. I'm very... like I said, this might actually end up being great. This might actually end up being great.
Definitely hope so.
Certainly looks wild.
Mm-hmm.
And it has a demo, guys. Always remember, if you're interested, yeah, always check out the demo.
Indeed.
Yeah, but Frogwares makes like 90% of the Sherlock Holmes games, and I'm hopeful
They've
that
been doing a pretty good job, haven't they?
yeah. Like,
Yeah, hopefully they've actually resolved that issue that we're having with a certain publisher, Focus Interactive.
all right.
I haven't heard anything about that. I'll have to do some research about that.
Next one on my list is Trinity Fusion.
Yeah, I saw that, and I was like, I wonder what kind of game
Back
that
to the
is.
Metroidvanias.
Collapsing under its own weight.
Ooh.
Yeah, pretty much.
The world falls more
Kind of,
to power
except it's,
each generation
roguelike.
diverge from ours.
Like,
What can we do about it?
We force
Like
them back
roguelikes.
together.
I like the fact that it has a very unique art style when it comes to character model, and I love the fact that it is very fast-paced combat, which, you know, I'm sure everybody likes their beefy combat. I like something where you can have a lot of fun just with movement skill alone. And they seem to have put a lot of time polishing this game in. This is another one I played the demo of during Next Fest and was extremely impressed, so I can't wait for it when it comes out on the 13th. And just as I mentioned before, I'm going to be doing streams during the middle of the month even while I'm on my break, so you'll probably see it if I get code. So,
cool.
yeah.
Alright.
Yeah, looks good.
Alright. Next one, Silver.
Cynthia, Hidden in the Moon Shadow.
Yeah. Oh, I played this during Next Fest too. There you go. Go ahead.
Hey! Don't you just like seeing the fact that it's not an early access game? I'm just saying that we've been seeing quite a lot of them lately.
Yeah.
I'm like, yeah, we need to see less of that. More of actual, just develop the game until it's finished. And make sure it's polished when it comes out, please. We could do with less broken games. Because, the
All we want.
AAA publishers have definitely shown us that they can't seem to get it done. Because they want the money now, not later. But, yeah. Hopefully it's going to be a good game. Because, I love my action RPGs. Is that what kind of game it is? Because since you played them.
I would say it's more story driven than anything, but
That's totally fine. I do not mind that.
It's very stealth like based with the combat.
Oh, I'm totally fine.
Yeah, that'll be fine. He'll be fine with that.
I opt for stealth whenever I can.
Oh yeah, it's very stealth based though. Like it's stealth.
Female main character with a bow in a stealth game. This sounds familiar.
Yeah.
Right?
I'm hoping they just tighten it up a little bit. There was a little bit of like floatiness and weirdness in the demo, but like they've had time to polish it up since then. So
yeah, how
overall,
did you
3 months.
It was Next Fest, right?
I'd say hopefully 3 months is enough time to polish some stuff out. Hopefully most of that, but hey, we'll see when it comes out.
And if they don't, just keep working at it. They can still fix things after release, just so long as they don't take too long on it.
Yeah.
Indeed.
All right, and what's your second
First
one?
impression is the most important. Let's see, what was it? Shardpunk Verminfall.
Ah, yes, I am very interested in that game. Which also has a demo. Check out the demo.
I will, if I can play it on
Steam Deck.
Steam Deck. But yeah, I'm a fan of tactical RPGs and top-down RPGs in particular.
And it's got some
Especially
nice
since
texture
I played
graphics.
yeah, it reminds me of Shadowrun, personally,
Hmm.
from what I've seen of it so far. Mm-hmm. And who doesn't like, customizing your own teams and seeing what you can come up with?
Yeah.
See what team compilation works best for a situation that you're currently facing.
Yeah, the thing that drew me to this game in particular is the fact that it's a tactical RPG, but it also has survival elements built into the same concept. So I'm very interested to see how they're going to work out together.
Indeed.
Because it could be the difference between a mediocre game and a really, really fucking good game.
Yep. Oh, and you can customize your weapons too. Yeah.
Very
yeah.
nice.
You know me. I love my weapon modification. And any
Well, this
customization in
kind
general.
of gives me what is that? What was that one game you loved so much, Tim? That roguelike where you like not go back in time, but like go to alternate universes whenever you lose.
Yeah, I'm trying to remember the name of it off the top of my head.
How you like in between combat you could like sit around the campfire with your allies and
Yeah, and build like team building and everything.
yeah.
I'm surprised it didn't come up in my Steam list when it did that.
Right?
No, instead it says Circus Electric, which is, also a very good game anyway.
That and
Wow, this is their
Circus Electric. The other
this is their only game they've ever made.
oh
Oh wow. So
Make it
first
count.
impression, guys.
Yeah.
Yep, make it count, lads. Make it count. Rooting for you, because it looks good, but will it play good? Only time will tell.
yeah,
Yeah.
But yeah,
the
just try the demo.
psychological stuff with the stress makes you think of like Darkest Dungeon too.
Yeah, definitely.
Mm. We can't talk about the sequel though yet. Unfortunately, that comes out
That's
next.
next. Yeah, next month. Ah.
Yeah. Too bad.
That'll be something to talk about in June when we return.
Yes. All right.
Yes, if any of us play it by then.
Next.
We'll see.
Who's that?
I think it's still Silver, right?
Is that your first one?
Oh no, those were the two.
Okay.
So yeah, you did
Shadowpunk.
the other one. So
Oh.
Raven's Watch.
What was that? Sorry.
Raven's Watch.
Raven's Watch. Okay. Yep.
There's another one I think you were looking for.
Yep.
Once upon a time, the world of dreams, reverie, was in
Yeah, it's from the creators of Curse of the Dead Gods, which is a fucking fantastic game. That's so if it's anywhere near as good as that, then I'm sold.
Yep. Good looking gameplay, good graphics. And who doesn't like co-op roguelikes?
Yeah. 4-player,
It's
baby.
Single player as well, which doesn't make sense. But hey, Steam tags are drunk. What can we say?
Oh, is this? This reminds me of Enter the Gungeon. Yeah, definitely reminds me of Enter the Gungeon, but it has its own style and
Different style, not the pixel art.
mhm. And it looks like it's a bit more open world, isn't it? Or is it like area based?
I don't know. That part I don't know.
Or level based.
I think it's more level based than arena based.
Yeah.
It might be something I may play then. I will
Oh.
add that to my watch list then. Lovely.
All right, then.
Your Ravens watch list, eh?
Yeah.
Hey.
So, this is an obvious for me. If anybody doesn't figure out,
Obviously,
Mega Man Battle Network Legacy Collection.
1 and 2.
Yeah, I'm
That is a very long title.
Dude, Battle Network is a very popular series. Oh my lord.
Mhm.
Like I said, it is like it is definitely that one time in Eden. It's just like that combat wise to a T. It's just-
yeah.
No.
It's just
yes,
gr-
yes.
yeah. So,
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know, why is this reminding me of Crosscode? Tim, we seriously need to finish that game at some point.
yeah.
Especially me.
Hey, you know it might be out by the time. You know it might be out by the time we get back.
Hmm?
Secrets of Grindia.
Bloody hell.
No, I mean it's literally almost done.
For fuck's sake, it's about time.
It only took
Jesus
9 years. That's
Christ.
fine.
Don't remind me.
But yeah, I'm very excited for this. I probably will just get like the first volume to start off with, and then beat him, and then get the second half. But yeah, I'm real excited. Like this is definitely a completely different series than the rest of the Mega Man games. But I've always
Your
enjoyed them.
typical Mega Man game.
No, not at all. Not.
Actually,
looks,
I'm interested to see what the price
more
on each of the
sound.
individual packages is going to be, because it looked like the pack containing both of them was $60.
Yeah, and then I think the other ones are.
So if they're like 30 each,
Yeah, they're like 30
add up.
each. Because they had it on the Switch. They had it up for $30 for each volume.
It's already on the Switch. Then.
No, it comes out the same day, but they had the price up for the Switch.
Ah,
So my next one is God of Rock.
yeah, I
You know, it's
noticed
funny.
that.
I scrolled past that and thought, for some reason, it's like back of my head is like, this looks like something Tim would look at.
Universe's greatest musicians to
Makes
collab for
sense.
his
He's looking at it.
revitalize
It's a-
new bodies
Yep.
and
It-
powers.
it's a-
Musician will become a
It's a
Ah,
musical fighting game.
God of Rock uniquely
Oh,
blends
well,
rhythm-based
that's
gameplay with fighting
different.
gimmicks
That sounds like
and
Tim,
intense 1v1 matches.
I don't think I've ever
Choose
seen
from a
anything
dozen
like that
unique
before.
fighters,
That's
each
quite
with their own
unique.
design,
Looks like
mechanics,
some
and
people have been
harmonic
innovating
attacks.
lately.
Next, select your stage. Each
Yeah,
stage
like
has
you-
its own music
So this is
and
where all the
unique
innovators
went.
combination of
A
selected
musical
characters
rhythm
and
beat
stage.
'em up.
Your gameplay
Or
changes,
Yep.
you just listen to
providing a new
badass
experience
rock
every
while
time
beating
you
the
play.
crap out of somebody.
Yep.
Cool.
Be a rhythm game mechanics.
Right? Sounds unique.
Hey, speaking of Brawlhalla,
Sounds of
Notes
gameplay.
start to appear on the screen. Each note corresponds with
Yeah,
a
so yeah, so if you,
able to hit the
so
note
you only get hit if you miss the note. So
corresponds to an attack.
it's basically like a perfect ballet of trying to dodge by hitting both
so
enemies.
the-
But
Too slowly or
if
miss a
you're
note,
both
you're
hitting the button
vulnerable
at the
to an
same
attack
time,
from the
it's kind of like
If the
blocking
opponent
each
is
other's
hitting the notes
attack.
correctly,
Yeah.
Yeah, you
they
both
block
parry
yours.
each other.
Or-
Each character has
Or it
their
doesn't
own
take into
special
consideration
moves and
how
attacks.
well you hit the thing. Like
it takes into consideration.
So if you're hitting the notes better than your opponent, you're gonna do a little bit of damage. Whereas if they miss, then
and then pressing a button. like
Yeah,
the
and if you build up the meter, you do special
Special
moves. So yeah.
special adds additional notes
That's
to the
cool.
other player's fight chart. If the
Mmm,
player misses these notes, they take damage. Special
flashy.
moves can also interact with the opponent's fight chart in
Very
surprising
flashy.
ways. For example, King's EX move accelerates the pace of notes on the other player's
Yeah, you can even make it so the notes go faster and everything else. Yeah, so I'm pretty excited. I want to try it out, honestly.
Opponent Rosetta has tricks of her own. One of her special abilities uses her spray
Oh god,
cans
that
to
might be
splatter the
punishing.
opponent's
And they're adding a whole bunch of different characters to the game based on like
Ultra attacks are the
old
most
school
powerful
actual
moves
like
built into
musicians, and they're basically making them updated versions of those
builds until you can
musicians and putting them in different bodies.
that's an
As the battle
interesting idea.
continues, the song gets progressively more difficult.
Yeah.
Each
Yeah,
bringing
there's a lot they could do with
has
that.
a speed and frequency
Bringing
of notes
music together
increases.
with the power of punch and
The song
kick.
continues until someone is defeated.
And then we're gonna get really sad. Next is Disney Speed'em. Speedstorm, sorry.
Speed.
Wait, what?
Yeah,
Yes.
Disney kart game.
We're getting a Disney card game.
And it looks so good. I mean, it really does. It looks good.
They're probably gonna monetize the shit out of it.
Yeah, it's looking like it's probably gonna be free. It's probably gonna be free to play.
Yeah, they're so gonna monetize the shit out of that.
Well, it's already got like
Yes.
3 different levels of Founders Pack, so that's.
Oh yeah. Battle Pass incoming.
No, but I am
Yeah,
saying it
yeah,
does.
the
It does actually look good.
It's gonna be a live service. It's gonna be like well, you know, some other live service games that we've mentioned before.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah,
So
Game Loft has confirmed that it is designed to be a free-to-play title. However, the early access period can only be accessed by purchasing one of the 3 banner packs, standard, deluxe, or ultimate.
I might purchase the standard one just to try it out because I'm a kart racing nut. I would definitely
Is it?
I would definitely not go and get like the super mega edition.
Yeah, you probably do not need the deluxe or
How
ultimate
much
edition
is
at
it?
all.
I'll tell you in a minute.
So I think they're kind of standard expected prices.
Probably like $20, I imagine, or something.
I think the biggest advantage this has, besides just the Disney branding, is the fact that I don't think there's other free-to-play kart racers out there.
Not really.
Like, this is kind of the first time
not on
I've seen a big
console
one.
PC. No, there is there's the Mario Kart on mobile. But that one's the
who plays on mobile?
microtransactions filled garbage. So yeah.
Not to say that this won't be microtransaction garbage, but
We shall see.
it could be good, and
It's Disney.
it has a pretty decent market.
Okay, so the standard Founders Pack is $30.
Okay,
Well,
And-
so long as
I'm
it meets
assuming
the
that
quality.
doubles
it's
either
fi-
for the third
It's
or the
it's
last.
it's 50 for the deluxe and 70 for ultimate.
Okay,
Oh.
yeah, that makes sense.
So I would
I'm not saying those
I,
are good prices, but
I would get the standard just to be able to play it off the top, but I would definitely wouldn't pay any more than $30 for it. Just think about it, like
Yep.
$30
Wise man, Tim.
$30 is still less than what they charged for Sonic Team Racing when it came out. And to be fair,
Yeah, right.
to be
a big AAA kart racer could easily be sold for $60. So
Yeah.
getting
Considering it's
I don't-
Disney, they definitely could have.
Yeah, so for $30 to be able to play all through early access and have it at release and have all the extra stuff, I'm fine with that.
actually, what's the dev known for? Gameloft?
Yeah.
What else do they do?
Dreamlight Valley,
So,
that's actually a pretty decent.
yeah, I've heard that it's actually pretty decent.
Let's
Another
see,
Disney title.
Oregon Trail. Oh, they do the Asphalt series. Okay, that explains a lot.
Here's the
They do a lot of.
Anything with actual decent pedigree, or not?
Well, I would say Disney Dreamlight Valley actually has a lot of players. Yeah, that.
So
I
they've
definitely assume it
worked
would,
with
yeah.
Disney before, which is probably a good sign. And it looks like this isn't their first time with a racing game either.
Yeah, and they seem to
Yes, they
like
have some
from the
experience then.
from the trailer. It doesn't. It actually looks like a fun game, and the fact that
It
it is.
also looks like they do a lot of other free-to-play games because I saw at least 3 other free-to-play titles there. So
Yeah,
it might be good.
that Asphalt game is that also Asphalt Racing game is a free to play game.
So yeah, it sounds like there's definitely good potential for that.
Yeah, so
I think it'll work.
I
We'll
will
see.
I will bite the bullet if it comes out and it looks halfway decent and it doesn't have terrible reviews. I will bite the bullet and I will buy the standard edition and try it out. All right, we're back to you, Silver.
Right, suffer the night.
I don't want to.
Or else.
Now
Oh.
I've seen the chapter 1 preview, but this game is coming out fully April 12th, so not 17th. Sorry, stop! Don't give out wrong dates. And it's basically a blend of horror and what do you call those, like interactive interactive games where you basically like interactive text-based story games. You know, like Zork. It's kind of like a blend of immersive horror and text-based horror games.
Oh, okay.
From what I've seen of the first chapter, at least, which actually had some pretty good creep factor to it, and it it gives you some good paranoia and anxiety, in the good kind, if there is any good kind of anxiety. I mean, it's only if you're a fan of horror games, then it's good kind of anxiety. If you're not, then you don't want to play this kind of thing. It'll make you want to look over your shoulder a little bit too often. But yeah, from what I've seen of the first chapter, it's all based in a house, a mansion, I think, where I think you're like you're home alone, and there's a killer on the loose or something like that,
Yeah.
or some sort of dark secret or something. I can't remember exactly, but it was pretty good chapter. Good length too, reasonable length.
Nice. All right.
And I am most curious to see how the rest of the game will play out. There seems to
Fantastic.
be more than just that text-based mini game that it had in there that played throughout the whole. Yeah, actually Ryan's video is actually showing on Steam. That's how I first got my experience of the game.
Nice.
Watching Ryan play it, actually. I'm surprised that's actually playing there. Huh? What a coinkydink.
All right. So what's your second one, Silver?
Give me one sec. Dead Unending.
So it comes out on 4/20. Yeah.
Making an emergency stop in Knight County. An unknown viral brain infection is quickly spreading. The governor has stated
Now,
to avoid contact with any
what
individuals that may
already got me intrigued about this game, because for some reason it reminded me of, imagine like a CRPG, but with with zombies, or basically like Diablo but with zombies. I was like, wow, that's an interesting blend of game styles that I know of, and actually rather like.
You want-
Oh, I like that. I like that camera switch from like top down 2D to like what do you call that? It's like
Isometric.
2.5D. Yeah, I like that. I saw the trailer already, but I didn't really notice that camera switch until just now. But ooh, I like that.
Hey, Silver, you want to play a zombie game?
Switch. Well, technically, I kind of already am. So yes.
I was gonna.
Yes, I do want to play a zombie game.
I was gonna say, for people that have Epic Game Store, one of the best zombie games is gonna be free next week.
Oh, which one was that?
Dying Light, the
Dying Light.
first one.
Oh yeah, that's actually playable on the
On the deck.
deck. Yeah, maybe. Should we try to finish it, Tim?
Should.
Should we?
Yeah. I'm okay with it. I have all the time in the world after today. Alright,
Well, we could get to the second city if I remember.
I imagine your next one is Moonleap, right?
That is correct.
Okay. See, I'm actually reading them off your list now on Discord instead of waiting.
Ooh, I have 7 more to go.
Man, Silver, taking up all the time. I saw this game. This game looks adorable, dude.
Right? Okay, I have 4 more. That's why we're doing it the way we are.
Oh, there's a lot of games this month, maybe. There is. It's a Moon Boy!
Every time you jump, like it switches between day and night, and that will alter the puzzles.
That's gotta get very complicated later on, I imagine.
I'm sure.
Still, it's a rather neat mechanic.
Definitely.
I don't know if it's the
Confusing.
first game to ever do something kind of like that, but it's
Nah.
it's
I don't think
certainly not a common mechanic.
I do remember Time Spinner had like a time-wise mechanic.
All right, so now
for solving this.
we're gonna get into some of my favorite types of games right now. This is Shattered Heaven, and it is a RPG card game. It's a card battler.
Oh boy,
Oh boy.
here we go.
It is already in my.
Another one.
Oh
Here we
no!
go again.
Never mind. They pushed back the release date till May 31st. Oh.
Aw.
When did they do that?
I
Seriously?
well, I would know. I would normally have known because it's in my library.
As punishment for our
Well,
It's-
shit.
I already have the game.
Talk about that. Let's maybe. Don't worry, it's on the list.
Yeah.
Okay.
That's weird. No, I made my list 5 days ago. Not like it was
I
that
was gonna
long.
say this is the advantage of doing it
You see,
last
yeah,
minute,
you
right? Tim?
yeah,
Yeah.
you see, this is why I wait till like the last day. Yeah, that way I know if anything.
Yeah,
is
definitely.
happening.
This is definitely why. It's
Oh.
not because we're busy or distracted or any of that thing.
Okay,
No,
we'll
no.
go with this one instead, which is Survival Fountain of Youth.
Survival.
Old age getting to you, Tim.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I
me too.
figure I needed the Fountain of Youth. But no, this is a open world. So it's almost like Conan Exiles,
Yeah, it kind of looks like that.
but you're literally trying to build up and go searching for the Fountain of Youth.
Hmm.
Because it's based in the 16th century.
Ah.
So you're kind of like a Spaniard going out to
Yeah,
find riches or something.
and it looks really good. It kind of like actually
Nice.
took me off guard a little bit because I was like, how have I not heard of this game at all? And it actually looks really good. I was very impressed.
Yeah, I don't think I've heard of it either.
That the like ruins diving, depending on how that's done,
Very.
could be a very interesting addition
Yeah, I mean,
to
it's
the
got
survival formula.
it does have like actual gameplay up here, so
Hmm?
Hmm.
and it did have a demo for a while, but it doesn't have a demo right now.
Oh.
I know.
Well, it's coming out this month, so it's understandable if they'd be.
All right, so next one I have is Stray Blade,
Ray Blade.
Stray Blade.
and this is published by 505 Games, so I'm not worried about it actually being too jank.
That's fair.
Hmm.
It's a action adventure where you play as a rogue adventurer exploring the ancient valley of Akria with your companion, a wolf.
Wolf. I mean,
And actually looks really good.
but looks can be deceiving, as we know by now. Hmm.
Right, but this is the podcast. Looks is about all we have to go by.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And at least
fair
505
enough.
has some pedigree, so
Yeah. Is it which publisher?
they're publishing it. So
Oh, okay, yeah, because they're developing of games. They could be a bit rough. Or is that 1C? I think that's 1C company.
Yeah. Oh
They
man.
have some. They have some pretty damn rough.
Yeah. I believe me. I've been offered stuff from them before.
the combat looks interesting.
Yeah. It's like
Very almost gives me like what's that Ubisoft game?
what is it? The
Yeah, you know what I'm talking about.
yeah.
Right? Why is this so hard to remember?
Phoenix Rising?
Oh, Immortal Phoenix Rising. Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh well, I could see the style looks like that. I was actually thinking the combat reminded me a little more of that like dueling game from Ubisoft. What was that?
Oh.
I know which one you're talking about, but I just
Yeah.
can't remember the name.
Right, that one.
All right.
Yeah. Oh crap. No, can't remember.
Yeah, I know. I'm getting
Not the
that
name.
same feeling. It's like I should know this. I should know this.
Dang it.
All right. How about
Make more memorable
how about
games.
me?
More memorable titles.
For good, for a better reason.
It's for honor.
Yeah.
That yes, correct.
For honor, right.
But welcome to my FMV game of the month. It is Mia and the Dragon Princess.
The wrist device contains a compass.
Well, it looks
This
good.
is FMV, yeah?
Yes.
Which would guide the wearer to
Wales Interactive again.
treasure.
Hmm. What's funny is that they published the Doom.
They did it.
Published the Doom.
Why did they?
They published the Doom 1995 PS1 port actually.
You know, I give up. I give up. That's the second game in a row that was fucking for me.
Getting bait and switched.
Yeah.
Well, what happened?
It got delayed till May 4th.
Yeah.
I should have known.
You know what's funny is I did my list on the 28th. I didn't even do it that long ago. Go ahead, Silver.
Yeah, no, that was pretty
Alright.
recent.
Coffee Talk 2.
Okay.
Instant
pedigree.
Game Pass. Mm-hmm.
Got that lo-fi music going on.
Right? And hey, not every game has to be high octane, RPG, role playing. Sometimes even I like to have a game I could just relax to. You know, listen to some chill music and make a cup of coffee or a cup of hot chocolate for somebody and just listen to them. You know?
I think we need.
Worries and
I think we need this, but with Kratos from God of War.
Boy.
Here's your mocha, sir.
Boy.
Would you like cream on that?
No, you're making coffee for Kratos.
No,
You're
no,
making.
no. You have to have Kratos making stuff. Let's be realistic. Seriously.
And although it would be okay, so we have the hilarious mode and we have the serious mode. Hilarious mode where he's just spouting "boy" every word.
Okay.
But the subtitles are actually words. But you just hear him say boy.
All right. So if you're interested, there is a demo of this one as well. I like to mention that.
It is?
Yes.
Neat.
And you can play the first game as well. It's
Yes.
very good.
Yeah,
Yes.
I don't know
I can
anything about.
definitely-
I don't know anything about these games, but they do. So, and they seem to appreciate them. So that's great.
Yeah. If you just want a game to chill and you just want to even if you liked Valhalla, you will love this game. It's the more chill version of Valhalla. There's no time constraints or anything like that. So it's definitely
there's no time
anxiety free.
Yeah.
I mean there is, ain't there?
Sort of.
You know the customers can get kind of pissed off if they don't hurry up and make their drink.
No, there's no time constraint on that.
Oh, okay.
The only
That's even
time
better.
constraint on Valhalla is like you have bills you have to pay after every couple days.
Yeah, of course.
But
You
that's
got to
not-
make enough
that's
money.
not a-
Yeah.
It's not a difficult
Yeah.
thing to do. You just have to get the stuff right.
Yeah.
All right, Silver. What's next?
Alright, and a second.
Another one.
Bramble, the Mountain King. Which I have already seen, I think Dorko play the demo. Or at least the introductory first piece of the chapter. Which was that
Frightened by his
thing in the
mother's
water
bedtime
creepy
story,
as fuck.
he searched for his
Don't
sister
say.
Oh my
David.
word. Sheesh. The eyes and the face of that thing. Like, no.
I'm feeling that
considering
this
you-
game is gonna
your
end up
face
being
weapon.
creepy as fuck.
Oh, you don't know the half of it, Tim.
Covers all where darkness
You don't know
has
the
taken
half of it.
hold.
You're in for a
Follow
very,
the
very
light.
dreary
You will
time.
find what you are searching for
At
within.
least in terms of the atmosphere being very, well, non-welcoming.
You know what it reminds me to a bit of is like Inside.
When you do not listen to your
Yes,
mother.
that is a good
Mm,
analogy. Or what's that other one?
yeah, I've actually heard Dorko say that.
Little
It
Nightmares?
reminded me of that.
Yeah, yep, that's another
So apparently
style.
this game actually has combat, which surprises me. But yeah, definitely either watch
Nordic based
Dorko's
on Nordic
preview of it, or yeah.
Nordic fables.
Yes, that's one of the reasons why it piqued my interest.
Oh, of course.
Norse,
Ah, nice.
Nordic fables. Yes, I love my mythology.
All right, so
Yeah,
let's.
since Let's Maybe brought it up, or is that Silver Stick again?
No, yeah, it's your turn now.
Yep. Let's Maybe brought it up. Wild Frost.
Yay!
Tim already
We
mentioned the card game genres that we so much like.
I mean, yeah.
No, don't get Tim started.
No reaction, Tim? Cool.
No.
It just suddenly breaks out into song. Apocalypse!
Carbocalypse!
I was gonna say he's like pinching himself under the desk. No.
You're like, dang it, he got me again.
I loved Cardpocalypse. That was great.
Yeah,
Not as much as retired nude men's volleyball league, but
I mean, those are two different levels of dedication on songwriting. Like,
yeah.
Can you not? Can you not?
what was that other one that had a really good song intro to?
Then you got one that's riding on the riding on the lava. Yeah, riding on the lava. I fucking.
What a freaking title.
But yeah, Chucklefish Publishing, they usually have a pretty good idea on what's good, and it looks good. And
Yeah.
it's a card battler. We all like card battlers.
Some
could
of
go
us,
wrong?
some of us more than others.
Yes, some of us more than others.
Things I have Slay the Spire on my phone, and I've had it for like 6 months, and I think I put like over 100 hours in Slay the Spire on my phone.
Potentially the worst decision he ever made that he made in a heartbeat.
Yeah, I paid a whole $2 for it because it was on sale on the Play Store.
Hey.
I'll do.
Yeah. Alright.
That'll do.
Let's see. My next one is Shadow of Doubt.
It just Shadow of a Doubt, not Beyond a Shadow of a Doubt.
Just Shadow of Doubt. I'm surprised. This is. I honestly thought of Ray when I picked this game.
I can see why.
It's a sandbox detective stealth game set in a fully simulated sci-fi noir city of crime and corruption.
Fascinating.
Yeah, think like a private investigator and take on jobs to earn cash on your path to catching a real serial killer. If you don't catch them, they will kill you. Kill again. I was like, fucking right. And actually, it's like everything is procedurally generated, right? So like
Which is interesting.
Yeah, so you're not going to play the exact same thing. I know that there's limitations to that, but there's still enough variety where it could be. You could do multiple playthroughs. Yeah, and there's combat.
I'm intrigued. Maybe I might give that a look.
Same dev as Concrete Jungle. Oh yeah, the one that got released on.
Jungle?
Yeah, that's the one that. Yep. Well,
games.
Yeah. Talk about a radical departure, man. Like holy shit. But I'll tell you what, I was rather impressed with the trailer for this and the concept of it. So
it sounds cool. I would definitely keep a pin on that.
I like detective games in general.
I hope I can remember the games that I decided to say. Yeah, I'll give that a follow. I'll have to revisit the podcast.
Okay, so here is Strayed Lights, which I played the demo on stream probably 3 weeks ago, I think. And it's finally coming out full release on April 25th. And no, I didn't fuck up and get another Mega. But no, I played the demo of this on stream. It was like an hour 15 minutes long for the demo.
Oh yeah, I remember you playing this one.
Yep.
It's very cinematic.
Very, very colorful.
It was more of like a parry game more than you doing the attacking.
Yes.
From
At,
what I've
at least in the tutorial / demo area. I guess it's a little more action heavy as you learn more abilities and so on and so forth.
Yeah,
But-
that makes sense. Yeah.
But as you start out weak, your only ability is to really dodge at first, right?
Yeah.
Very,
I saw some counterattacks there. That's definitely
yeah. So it
a change.
very beautiful game, very rhythmic in its combat, and I really enjoyed the demo. So I can't wait to see what the whole thing's gonna do.
Cool.
Next one is Trinity Trigger,
From
What,
Trinity
the game
Fusion,
with Trinity?
Trinity Trigger.
You know about the gods of order and chaos.
which is
Yes.
published by
And the Trigger
Xseed.
Foundation.
Ah, Xseed. That's another one with pedigree.
Called the Chaos Emblem.
It's
Developed by Trigger Foundation.
And anything that's okay. For people that learn this, mine are like JRPGs, card games, and
Mm-hmm.
Xseed and Barbless are very, well
Never ignore someone in need.
established
Well.
publishers.
I also like some JRPGs. That reminds me. I need to play Trials of Mana at some point.
We must remain ever vigilant.
Hmm.
Relax. We can handle whatever
Very
comes our
colourful.
way.
Was it 2.5D
Let's be prepared for anything.
JRPG, or would you consider it a 3D JRPG, despite it isometric camera?
You're no ordinary
Maybe
I
it's
would say
2D.
it's 2D, but it's like it doesn't look like there's an elevation.
you know what this kind of gives me, that reminds me of, is like Secret of Mana, and that it's an action adventure, like over the top
Or
JRPG.
or Link to the Past.
Yep.
Then you
Yeah,
tell
I
Link
mean,
to the Past.
they're very similar if you think about it, because Secret of Mana does have that like action combat. There is no,
Ooh, it has
Perfect.
local co-op. That's cool.
yeah.
Ooh, remote play. Ooh, Tim.
And we're coming up.
Remote play.
Remember, guys, you're supposed to be telling me what your pick is for best game of the month, and I'm coming up next turn. I'm gonna be running into mine. So
I still have 5. to
no.
go.
I'm talking about no. I'll be running into my favorite game.
Oh.
Yeah. All right. So what's up, Silver?
I'd have to think about mine, and let's see. Chernobyl Origins.
I'm gonna say mine's Wild Frost for best.
That's probably a safe bet.
Yeah, I think that's the safest one.
As for mine, ooh. Probably Supplies. Not that I'm being biased or anything.
And I'm not trying to go with the safe choice. I'm trying to go with like the one I actually believe is going to be the best.
Yeah, and I'm gonna go with what I enjoy the most. At
Well,
least from what I've seen anyway, or what I know I will enjoy.
So basically, what we're doing for everybody out there is we're predicting what we think will be the best game out of our list. And I feel like Wild Frost is a safe choice for Ray. I do, like, especially on a publisher standpoint.
Yeah.
I mean, yeah, I would go with Jedi Fallen,
I'd be surprised.
Jedi Survivor, or Dead Island 2. I mean, I've seen gameplay footage of both, and yeah, man, they really do look very fun to play, of course. But, you know,
Best game does not.
I don't
Be,
always
best game.
favor, AAA stature.
I
I
know.
like, I like to lean more towards indie games nowadays. They just seem to hit the spark that I'm looking for.
All right. So what's
Yeah,
your second one?
Isn't
What's that?
that was kind of like a visual novel, wasn't it?
Yeah.
It's a quest. It's a quest-based horror, psychological horror game.
Yeah, which I'm a huge fan of.
Puzzle.
Okay, yeah, I don't mind puzzles. It's just that I'm not very good at them. But yeah, SCP Observer. So
That's
if
good.
you've ever heard of observation duty. It's very much like that, but in the SCP universe.
It's like more SCP games. Like they come out all the time now.
Yep.
Well, some of them are
Those are the
legit.
Backrooms games.
Oh yeah, but some of them are legitimately good. And as I've said, if you like horror games, if you like OG horror games, SCP Containment Breach is one of the best classics you can get. You can pretty much play.
Yeah, Cassette Beast is.
Fun Containment Breach. Oh, look at that. Yes, it very definitely gives me Containment Breach vibes. I can tell, especially with the with where SCP-173 is based.
I think let's maybe should put a application in to join the podcast.
Maybe.
With how many games he knows, might as well.
Let's maybe.
Yeah, we have a spot open now, so. But interesting. All right, so what's your next one, Ray? Your next one is the Nintendo one?
Terminal Breach.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, the preview didn't show for the whole list. Too many links.
There you go. Oh, a simple twin stick shooter. Nice.
Yep.
Oh, did somebody say twin stick shooter?
Yes.
Ooh, you had me at twin
Action
stick shooter.
roguelike, twin stick shooter.
Ooh, you have my attention.
Very pixel graphics, but looks colorful enough to stand on its own.
Well, you know what I mean.
It's almost like a horde battler.
Yeah.
Graphics on everything, so long as the gameplay is fun and I can see what I'm shooting at.
That's important. Yeah.
Oh yes, because if I can't see what I'm shooting at, then we're gonna have a problem.
All right, so I'm gonna be risky with mine, and I think this is gonna be probably the best game of the month. I know that it might not, but it seems like on concept it might. Okay, it's Roots of Pacha.
Grandma, tell us a story again.
Roots of Pacha.
We are the children.
Be the part of a thriving Stone Age community. Discover ideas, domesticate crops, befriend animals, and contribute to the growth of your village. Play with friends in co-op, or explore the early days of civilization in single player. Welcome to Stardew Valley, mixed with Animal Crossing, set in the Stone Age.
Oh,
That is certainly
how are they
different.
gonna get that to work?
Seeds we found took root.
Yeah, I do wonder how they're gonna get that to work, because, yeah, you won't be able to do anything, like, advanced like
Technologically.
agriculture. Yeah, like agriculture, you won't be able to do anything like that.
And you can ride animals, which is so fucking awesome.
A lot of different
So long
ones,
as I
too.
get to ride a mammoth or a saber-toothed tiger, I will put forth that a win.
It's like animals are involved in puzzles as well.
Interesting.
That looks neat. I think
Yeah.
that could be good.
Yeah, I'm very hopeful because something like this could be really fun to play with a group of people if it's done right.
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly.
Hey, look it! They get to ride all sorts of animals, Silver. There you go.
Alright. Well, there you go then.
And there's fishing,
Yeah.
just for Tim.
I'm surprised you haven't gotten into Goalkeeper enough to do fishing in Goalkeeper. Because from what Memesh told me, it's actually very
I
similar
thought
to
he
Stardew
was.
Valley.
Like when we were playing it, I'm pretty sure Tim was doing.
Yeah, I was. I was.
Well, I'm now able to play that. Since, thank you, Tim, for
Eh.
that game.
Yeah.
New to
And I
especially.
have a strong feeling that this will have Steam Deck support since it has full controller support. So.
That'd be cool.
No, but I am extremely excited for this game because it has a lot of. It's not even just a base game. It has a lot of like side things you can do, a lot of mini games you can do.
I saw a rhythm game there. Yeah.
Yeah.
That's
That's nothing I'm good at.
Nope, same, but
Maybe with the efforts of
Still.
everyone, piece by piece,
I am,
we'll build something.
like I said, I'm going out on a limb and saying this is gonna be the best game.
we'll have to keep our eye on it.
Yeah.
It's definitely worth watching.
Indeed.
All right,
Indeed.
let's go on to the next one, which the next two are based on demos I played. Which the next one is Aftermage. After Image, sorry.
After Mage.
I was
Oh,
gonna say,
Aftermage,
after Mage is like that, some kind of after.
After Image. Hmm.
It is a beautiful Metroidvania game.
That is beautiful.
Mm.
It's very anime style. The action moves are great. The story, it's very has been pumping out their publishing unit as of late. Yeah, I guess so. Yeah, I played the whole demo of this though. I really enjoyed it. It has a very compelling story to it. The companion is not annoying, which is always a good plus.
Hey, listen! Hey, listen!
I-
listen!
I'm not emergency
Shut
food.
up, Muffy.
Oh, sorry. What? But no, it is on actual visuals alone, it is beautiful. But there's a lot but it's a lot under the hood as well. I mean, there's like a lot of different things you can do with combat. It's got a lot of options on how you want to build your character through the combat selections that you make. And yeah, like I said, it's definitely a looker if nothing else.
The boss fight looked pretty
Yeah.
good too. What we saw.
Looks like my list is gonna get longer. I guess not.
No, not more games.
Oh no!
Mercy, mercy.
Oh
I
no!
already have 15.
Let's see if I can make it longer.
Damn it.
The next game is called Arc Runner. It's another P-Cube game.
Built by Trick Jump Games.
It's a cyberpunk-styled action roguelite set in the far future.
Hey, those are good.
Yeah, me
Those are good words. I like those words, especially in the same sentence.
Yes, look at that gameplay above.
Yeah.
Get a glimpse of how the game plays.
Is it
I'll
single
try it
player or
sometime.
co-op?
Single player and online co-op. Yep.
Ooh.
Co-op. Even
Jinx.
more words I like in the same sentence.
Indeed. Soldier, Weaver. Oh, there's a third class that I missed. Okay, I like what I'm seeing so far.
I like all of these adjectives. These are good adjectives.
What are you doing? Getting me hyped?
Yeah, but I was very impressed by that.
This is gonna be another one that we're watching, so that means another game to the list. I am expecting a repeat of Silver's famous clip. Tim, no, Tim, no, Tim, no.
No.
All right. Just because I don't want to have to make the rotation go around again, I'm going to just do my last game real quick because I only have one left over.
I've got two.
I'll do my last three after.
Yeah.
Because I have three more.
All right. So the last one I have is The Last Case of Benedict Fox. Like I said, this is a
Sounds familiar.
Metroidvania, and it's an RPG, and it's actually based in like a noir detective story where you try and deal with the undead and go cross over to a Lovecraftian world where you literally battle the demons of death.
Oh, kind of reminds me of an Alone in the Dark themed kind of game, but wait a second. Okay, I don't recognize this game.
My father.
Yeah, this is new to me. Or
Interesting.
maybe I've seen something that was probably this game, but no, this looks new to me.
Yeah, I noticed that. Let's maybe. I definitely noticed that. But yes, this is another one that's definitely something because it's on Game Pass. I'm gonna try because it's gonna be on Game Pass day one. Very excited for it.
I like the developer name.
Plot
Wait,
twist.
this is gonna be on Game Pass?
Yeah. Yep.
27th. I will keep an eye out for it.
I think you can expect a lot from a developer named Plot Twist.
Yeah.
They
What?
should be pretty good at story writing.
What a twist! All
Plot
right.
twist. They're not good at story writing. Boom, boom, boom. No.
Yeah. All right. What's next, Silver?
Blindfall, one word.
There you go.
What a title. Oh look, another city builder. Actually, wait, no. Is this the city builder I was thinking? I think it's the hybrid one. Yeah, it's the hybrid.
This is it says base building. The tag.
Yeah. This is the hybrid one.
RPG.
Yeah, that's it. And one of the other two games are the other city builder that I was mentioning earlier.
Oh, doesn't look too bad. Top down.
And yet again, another full release game instead of it being early access. Not that I have anything like, too much against early access, but yeah, we like seeing games come out complete rather than
Yeah.
finished. I understand how early access works too.
It can work sometimes, but not
Yeah,
every time.
You mean Baldur's Gate 3? I mean,
Oh, come on, Tim.
that did not need early access. That's all I'm saying.
No, I guess not. Right, well, next game is Grimgrad. Again, one word.
Grimgrat?
Did you say you have one more after this?
Grimgrad.
Okay, got it.
G-R-A-D.
Yeah, got it.
Yeah, I've got one more after Grimgrad.
All right. Guess we'll just each finish off as we go.
Yes, I think
Two
this
more.
is the city builder. Yeah, this is the city builder.
Build your own
And
Slavic
it's,
settlement.
Yeah, Slavic. This is
Ah.
something you don't see too often.
Yeah.
Slavic base builder, or city builder, excuse me.
Similar to Timberborn. I don't believe you. I don't believe you, Steam.
I don't believe you. You lied to me.
Why you lied to me, Steam? Why you lied to me?
Why did you do it?
Actually, yeah, it does have a lot of similarities to Timberborn, at least in the like execution of placing stuff.
Yeah, random games because I play Lost Ark. Yeah, I get recommended some weird stuff. All right, what's your next one, Silver? Or your last one, Silver?
Actually, Ray's gonna go next, and then I'll put my last one in after.
No, go ahead. You finish. Tim finished off. You finish off, and I'll finish off.
Oh, okay.
We each have
Grey
an
Marsh.
extra game.
Again, one word. Grey Marsh.
Okay.
Silver has one-word titles.
Yeah, I know, man.
Hey, it's not my fault the developers decided to make these one-worded games.
True, it's not. It's your fault you picked them.
Yeah, it's a text-based RPG.
Ooh. First one
Yeah,
I've seen
so
it this month.
Yeah, so when I looked at this, I thought of Dan because he liked Zork so much. I was like, this actually did remind me of Zork because I did try Zork a while back. I was like, yeah, this looks like something I'd even play. I like my text-based adventure games. I used to play quite a few of them back in the day.
Like I said, me on the
That's
other
what I
hand,
always say. Visuals onto everything.
I used to have the choose your own adventure books. That was my thing.
Yeah, man.
Dude, oh.
Yeah, my mother
classic.
had this huge one she used to read every night.
Careful,
dude.
boys, we're dating
Took her-
ourselves.
It took a month to finish that book.
Do they still even make those? Like,
Yeah.
I hope they do because I love those things.
it's a really unique like
I just
way
get like a
to
piece of
way to
paper.
make a story.
Yeah, just get a piece of paper and a pencil, and then just
Like go to
keep
page
it first.
like if you pick this choice, go to page 38. If you pick this choice, go to
Right.
page like 27. Yeah.
And then
Oh,
you
man,
start
I love
reaching the
those
bad
books.
ends and start recognizing the page numbers. It's like, oh no, not page
Yeah.
27 again.
Nah, oh no.
69.
You
no!
it's like you died. Oh, again. Damn it.
Or if it's a really big book, oh no, page 420. No.
No, we'll just stop at 419 for silver.
Damn it.
All right, Ray.
Alright.
What you got?
All right, last two. This one's for Murmich, Woodland Hike.
Miss you, Mimich.
Oh, this is definitely a Murmich
Yeah.
thing. Oh God.
That's a Murmich game.
I like how we have our have games that are tied to us, genre
Of
wise.
course.
We've been doing this
Yeah,
together for a
that's
long
legit.
time, so like you're always like, "Yep, that's a Murmich game.
Yep.
That's a
Yeah,
silver
Tim.
game. Yeah, that's a Tim game."
Oh yeah, that's definitely a Ray
All
game.
right, Tim game. Yep, definitely.
Oh, it's an FMV game. Oh, Tim's gonna play it.
Yep. Still will play it.
All right. So what's your last
Still
one,
gotta
sir?
play Dead of
There's
Night.
tits. Yeah, Glav will play that.
Yeah.
All right, last but not least, Advanced Wars 1 and 2 Reboot Camp for Nintendo Switch.
Advanced Wars?
Advance Wars. I did put a link in the-
I
Just-
never got to play them when they came out on the Game Boy Advance, even though I had one.
Now, I've always been a bigger fan of the spin-off title that they did, but it is a fantastic strategy game that has a very cult following, and it's great to see that they're remaking some of the original titles
Mm-hmm.
in
I-
that cartoonish style.
I would love to get it, man, but I don't know if I could spend $60 on that.
Well, you are getting 2 games.
That's true.
Okay,
You're
so
you're
it
not
is
wrong.
not-
You're not wrong.
Just 1.
2 games for the price of, well, technically 1 in
One
many
what
eyes.
two like I guess AA titles for the price of one AAA title.
Yeah, I mean that's the same. It's the same thing with Battle Network. I mean they're both like remakes or remasters of old games, and they're breaking them. Well, you know, you can either spend $30 on each of the volumes for Mega Man, or you can spend $60 for both. In this, so I guess at the end of the day, it's all relative and that type of shit. So.
This is definitely like a pretty high quality remaster because they've gone from the old pixel art from the Game Boy to actual 3D models.
Yeah.
In
It's
the in the play space.
I would definitely enjoy the game because I remember playing this like years and years and years ago. So hopefully.
First time we've gotten an Advance Wars game in a long time, so definitely hyped for that.
Wargroove? Yeah, we all know about Wargroove.
Shout out to Wargroove. That is the spiritual successor to the franchise, but it's good to see that they're still willing to do stuff with the title.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
Very much so. Alright, so last real quick before we head out of here, I'm going to mention 2 free-to-play games because I'm going to start mentioning those at the end.
Okay.
Don't worry, this will not take long. A couple interesting free-to-play games. Smash Punks. is going to be free to play. It is basically a build your own machines and, you know.
Oh, it's like the robot. What is that? The robot gladiator.
Yeah.
Oh.
Thing. That TV show.
Yeah. It was.
Yep.
It was for Robo Wars.
So yeah,
yeah, I remember that, man. Holy crap.
Interesting.
That's a blast from the past. It was so basically like a blend of Twisted Metal and Robot Wars. Wow.
Yeah.
Fascinating.
So that's one, and this one actually looks really good too. Is Omega Strikers.
That I might have heard of.
That sounds familiar.
Yeah, I definitely think I've heard about that.
It's a 3v3 soccer / almost Pong style game.
Oh, weird.
I mean, they put a lot of character behind it as well, but yeah, at the end of the day, it's pretty much a 3v3,
almost air hockey kind of.
Yeah, yep. Got an alpha or beta key for that? Yeah, I mean, it looks pretty interesting. And it doesn't matter if it's simplistic, because it's very flashy in its presentation.
Yeah.
And it definitely has a lot of character, so to speak, so.
Oh, certainly.
It reminds me of that, what was that game? Something League.
What, Lethal League?
Yeah, I think it reminds me of that a little. Just without the baseball bats.
There you go. Alright, that is my free-to-play section at the end, which I'm going to try and do from now on. I'll keep them separate. But thank you guys so much for hanging out today. I really appreciate you checking out the podcast. Like I said, we're going on a 1-month hiatus for the month of May. Don't worry, I will be playing a ton of shit, and June's podcast will probably be super fucking long. But oh well.
Oh boy.
We ain't gonna tell anybody to shut up, so it's fine. We'll definitely. It probably will be pretty sizable, because with Star Wars and everything else coming out, like, we'll probably all have a lot to talk about. But that's kind of the reason I'm taking a month off, right? We don't want to be scraping to play stuff all the time, so I'd rather take time and you know, maybe play a game for my backlog and play some new stuff to review. And
I can always do that. That's backlog.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. So, like, I only review games that I played enough to feel comfortable talking about. So, let's say that I do play Star Wars and I beat it or something. So, I'm going to try and keep it to a lower amount of reviews, but, like, more quality, because I'll actually be playing more of the game. So that's how it's going to work, because I'd rather take my time, take 2 months, play a whole bunch of games and talk about them, actually knowing everything about them, rather than try and rush or scrape through to make it so I can get a podcast done in a month. And like I said, after June, we'll have so much to talk about news-wise, it won't matter about anything else. But yeah, thank you guys so much. If you're watching this on YouTube, thank you for taking the time to watch. I really appreciate it. And yeah, thank you so much.